No problem.
Let's do this. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night. You know what that means. On the right-hand side of the screen, we got the one, the only, the most electrifying man in wrestling podcast today. We got the Lay. What's going on, Lay?
Chilling. So I want you tonight, everybody, to realize that it's a special anniversary. It's not the person you think I'm talking about. It's 3 young bloods that showed up and said, you need to do one thing, believe in justice and believe in the Shield.
That's right. And then, like always, you got your boy Toe Tags in the building. Tonight, we got a very special show tonight, bro. We got the Turnbuckle Tavern, who just finished their podcast. They're going to join us later on tonight. Kenny from DaCallUp was going to join us, but, you know, he got busy. He might come in a little later. He's always invited. You know how that goes. Show's always late. As usual, what's going on, Pimp? What's going on, Nene? What's going on, Pump? Appreciate y'all being here. Everybody else who's watching,
Hello, folks.
Appreciate y'all being here. Like always, the family is here Thursdays. Next week, we're not going to have any shows because of Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might have a special one on Friday. This Saturday, we're going to have a Friendsgiving. So it's going to be all of us. Everybody from the pod. It's going to be Cabs, Cap, Lay, me, Show, Kenny. Gigi says she can't make it because she's working, but she's going to be there in spirit. But the Pro Wrestling Podcast is going to be on here. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a special one also. Like I said, tonight we got all these people coming. It's going to be a wild one. I wanted to talk to Kenny and see if we could finally get him to drop this shit with Hogan and the beef. But if Kenny's not gonna make it, we might not be able to talk about that. But we could definitely talk about Charlotte Flair, whether the show's here or not. It don't matter. You know what's going on, Harris. And we're also gonna talk about Full Gear. Survivor Series is this Sunday, and a bunch of other shit that happened.
It's funny. I forgot about Survivor Series, and I knew there was something. I knew there was something like I wanted to do Saturday. Like I wanted to do like as we're doing it, I wanted to do a prediction, but I'm like, what is it that I want to predict? I swear to God, bro, it's been such a lackluster build that I completely forgot about that shit, brother. Like you say it, and I go, you know how when you were younger, like Survivor Series is coming up. Like it's Survivor Series. I remember being Survivor Series season.
Yes.
Like it's Rumble season. It's WrestleMania, SummerSlam season. Now I'm like, what? It really is?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna gloss over it. None of those matches matter
at all.
Brand supremacy were guys that just got to brands.
If it wasn't for Bobby Lashley, there would be no Raw superstar on the roster. I mean, on the fucking match.
On Raw, there would be no actual Raw superstar.
Yeah, what's going on, Blue Cheese? Yep. But the thing that sucks about Survivor Series and that's gonna be one of the topics for the court tonight.
Of course, yeah.
So we'll get into that later when everybody's here. Yeah. But I wanted to know if this is still a top 4 of the top 4 pay-per-views, the original 4.
I mean, I can honestly tell you, my answer is gonna be you're pretty much gonna figure out my answer. Yeah. I think you're thinking the same thing I am.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But it's just at no point from October to November did I think it's Survivor Series time. Like I would usually get hyped about it, and it's because of the brand split dumbass thing. It's literally that. I remember once they gave them an hour, like almost an hour to wrestle, and it was a good match. But the guys had been on the brands for like 2 years already. Yeah. So you have that pride.
Because the draft used to happen after WrestleMania. It used to happen the month after WrestleMania because WrestleMania was to conclude every storyline. Now WrestleMania is starting the storylines, and it's like, this is ridiculous.
It's continuing, a really repetitive, ignorant storyline.
Yeah, it's making it worse, and that would be part of my argument. The draft, and also it doesn't help that they literally are promoting Survivor Series 2 weeks in advance. Like they're promoting WrestleMania now.
It's funny, but it's like Crown Jewel was their Survivor Series in a way.
Yeah, it's their big event. It's their second WrestleMania, which SummerSlam turned out to be their second WrestleMania because that was the big thing of the summer.
I remember they had like 4 WrestleManias actually.
True.
You know, because they had the Backlash WrestleMania. I'm like,
yeah. And then
why would you name it that?
Yeah, and then like SmackDown WrestleMania. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I said WrestleMania WrestleMania Backlash. I'm like, no, it's Backlash.
Yeah.
For that, just make No Mercy and call it a day.
Right.
The one in December should be No Mercy.
Right? Shit.
Because they're not gonna have one now. In case anybody didn't know that, there's no pay-per-view for December.
Yeah, that to me that's stupid. That's fucking stupid.
Remember when they had was it Resolution?
New Year's resolution. Yeah.
That shit was they had 2 good matches, but that shit was all around ass.
Yeah,
and it sucked because they have to work on New Year's.
And that was when Edge won his title.
Yep. We see one of the many reasons it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion. Yeah. My humble opinion.
And that can be a focal point of when the Intercontinental title started dying. Because I remember explicitly, he was wrestling Ric Flair for the Intercontinental title. He lost it, and he was like, I don't give a shit about that. I have plans for later on. Like, he literally just gave up the Intercontinental Championship to go wait until after the Elimination Chamber and beat John Cena for the title. That's
when they still had Evolution, right?
Yes, I believe yes.
So, yeah. Okay.
That was around the time when Ric Flair was in that car accident and he was drunk and he beat the shit out of the dude that hit him.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Edge made fun of him. Remember that shit?
Yep. Definitely do.
All right. So Harris brings up a good point, which I do want to get to with you.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal.
Oh man, I'm so happy that I saw when I see watching the event, and then all of a sudden I'm like what it is I stepped away, and then like in the corner of my eye, I was like, yo, he looks really familiar. And I go, shit, it's Jay Lethal. I came back and I'm like, oh shit, he's clearly all elite. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then see the match he has with Sam, and you're like, this is what Jay Lethal does.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I've always said if he's gonna wind up somewhere, I've said it to a friend of mine, it has to be AEW, because he does not fuck with the WWE because he needs his creative freedom.
No, yeah, that's true, and we even said it last week. You know, Jay Lethal and Keith Lee should be 2 people that you get in AEW. If you don't sign any other people, Jay Lethal and Keith Lee.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna limit your signing, have those 2 guys for sure.
Oh yeah.
Both that roster, you know, Jay Lethal could go from the secondary title to instant title contender because everybody's seen his body of work. By the way, fun fact: the Briscoe brothers were also there. They were in the back.
Oh, nice.
You know, so they're trying to, you know, and if you've anybody seen any match with the Briscoes, they have that perfect AEW tag team style. Like they go balls to the wall, son.
Yeah.
All right, they may tweet some fucked up shit. You got to remember, these guys are from Delaware. They're not really quick with like the manners and civilization.
Yeah,
you know, these guys are country boys. You know what I mean? From Delaware, which is weird, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, the crazy shit is, and part of my argument with Hogan is like people say shit, but that doesn't define them for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know, the Briscoe brothers have said some homophobic, racist shit, and that shit has literally just like, just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, I told you before, the scope of the person. I mean, before he was saying, you know, say your prayers and eat your vitamins. Now he's dropping N-bombs. So you're like, you know, it's kind of like a little.
I hear you. But yeah, you know, I'm not gonna give an excuse for anybody to. Well, you know, to be honest with you, if we're gonna
you're talking about like giving somebody like a leeway for something they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna be honest with you, Lay, this whole me being the bigger person right now and trying to do this whole politically correct shit with you, which was the avenue I was about to take, it's all bullshit. My man did not say this in malice. He didn't call somebody a nigga as to hurt him. He used it the same way that we do in our conversations. You know what I'm saying? Now, he's white. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
Oh, well, I mean, he's orange.
Yeah, it's true. I get it. But also, it was in the privacy of his own fucking home, and he was on candid camera. He didn't know he was being recorded. You feel me?
No, I get it. Yeah.
Now to do it in public, like the Briscoes on Twitter and Ultimate Warrior and his fucking when he was a motivational speaker and all that other shit, now you're using your platform to spread ideas.
Yeah, that's kind of like that's what Val Venus does. That piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
So now that's where I'm like, yo, I've said some shit out of anger and just out of just because I said it. Yeah. That would have canceled me even back in the 90s when I said it.
I mean, you got to remember the first thing people associate with they don't know anybody is they go with the look and usually the race. When they're upset, especially.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they right away, it's like, yo, I don't know this motherfucker. And then you just dropping N-bombs or Asian cursing or spick or, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You start throwing out cracker,
Yeah.
Like it's literally like an instinctive thing that you grow up learning and you realize that is probably not the best way to present that.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And all right, so I have a cousin who my uncle married his mom. They were, it's my uncle's stepson. Mm-hmm. And he's white. He has, he's mixed race, but he's not like he's, different mixes of white. Mm-hmm. And one day he comes up to me, he's like, yo, you're Spanish. How do you feel about the word spick? And I literally turn around and say, yo, look, first off, that's not something we say to each other. That's not like, what's good, my nigga? No, that's disrespectful. And no one has ever said that shit to me before. And you ain't saying that shit to me. He's like, oh, no. I just wanted to know because, people don't bring that shit up. It's like all the Jewish slurs and all the other shit that everybody says. It's very difficult when it's acceptable for certain things to say, but then it's not acceptable for other people to say, which I understand that. Because, my brother has nicknames that only my father could call him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have that, no. This is the only person that can call me that. You feel me? But, it's still one of those things. It's like, if any one of them know your songs, they said it thousands of times.
Yeah.
What's going on, Randy? What up, Jason? Oh, yo, I didn't see the Spider-Man trailer. I'm hiding from the Spider-Man shit because I feel like at this point there's so much hype around Spider-Man that it could be a bomb, and I'm not saying it's going to be. I just don't want the Black Panther to happen to me all over again.
And two, it's Thursday.
That's right. It's Thursday.
We will cover that
Wednesdays.
Tuesday when we come back around. All right.
Or Friday. But
we can do it Friday or Saturday because we're gonna have the Thanksgiving thing. We can just throw that in there. You know what I mean? Like you can, like it's funny because it gave some stuff away, but then when you watch, you're like, yo, there's gonna be so much in that shit. You're like, what did it really give away?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I completely agree. When you feel like you're saying something in the privacy of your own house and you feel like you're safe, you should be safe. Just say whatever you want because it's your house, or it's your mansion or whatever the fuck Hogan lives in. I don't know. He has money. I don't, so.
No, yeah.
But I understand that candid, like privacy and that safety you feel you have, that's like that net, and then all of a sudden, but then it doesn't help that the WWE pairs him with an African American, and you already know that the people in the locker room are not fans of it, both African American and white. Kevin Owens was like, I don't even want to fucking deal with this dude. And then Punk straight up said, is anybody surprised? Punk's been calling him an asshole for years. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you surprised? Really? But it's the thing is, don't force a situation. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
First of all, it has to die down first and foremost. Don't push him into an apology because you get rid of him because he said it, but then you bring him back to apologize. The fuck, he doesn't have Twitter, doesn't have a platform. He's Hulk Hogan. I'm pretty sure you can get on any podcast and be like, yo, I was wrong for saying it.
Yeah.
So why would you put yourself in a situation when you look bad? It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are the Briscoes racist? I mean,
apparently the Briscoes have said some real racist shit. You know what I mean? And homophobic, and stuff like that. Like their biggest thing has been the homophobic thing.
Yeah.
Like at one point they weren't going to work with Dalton Castle because Dalton Castle has like a really flamboyant thing. He has the boys with him.
Okay.
He has like and they were like, oh, it was kind of like Scott Hall with Goldust when he didn't really want to work with him. And then Dalton Castle was like, yo, if you guys don't understand and act, then I think you're in the wrong business because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not understanding where I'm coming from here, guys.
Yeah, I
I can go. You know what I'm saying? So just I don't know what was that about. Yeah. Yeah, apparently they've said some shit, man.
Hey, I mean, there's saying shit in private, saying this shit in public, and then treating certain people like Tessa Blanchard really actually treated different people different from what I'm hearing, and that's something you got to discipline. And like I said, you don't get passes for shit just because you are who you are.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's also context in which you do. I feel like, and how it's like, we can't be racist because we're minorities, but I feel like it's almost racist to hold Hogan at such a set because he's white. Like, are we not holding him accountable because of his race also?
Of course. I mean, you have to hold. First of all, I'm gonna hold somebody accountable for their character.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, because the race thing now at this point has been done to death, literally and figuratively. It's like it's somehow everything's about racism or race or whatever, culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about that right now. So at this point, it's like, yo, is that man is he what he said? Is he that guy? You know what I mean?
Yep.
At one point, everybody said it, no matter what, and everybody said it in a sense of it being offensive.
Oh, yeah.
Especially African Americans themselves. They do the show all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like, all right, is this man, like, can somebody going back in the days, like somebody prove that this man is legitimately just a racist? Out and out. Like, is he legitimately a racist? I don't know, man. Nobody's come out and said it. I know people weren't happy with what he said. Clearly, they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Very offensive. But he was at home. He felt he was safe. He felt he could say whatever he wanted. He chose that word. And it's in all of our vocabulary. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he just chose it. He was happy to be being taped, and it went there.
Yeah, and
to me now at this point, like referring to that is annoying because, like, yo, it happened. One, it didn't. I'm not saying so long ago, but it did happen. It's like, all right, listen, if you're gonna talk about Hogan, at least be his wrestling or him burying people. After that, yo, let's keep it on a wrestling. Like I was talking to Pro Wrestling Podcast, right? And I sent them a clip, the same clip I sent you guys, Benoit and Angle.
Yes.
They're like, yo, listen, Benoit was a horrible person, but he was a great wrestler. You know what I mean? And he said it kind of the same lines of like, yo, Michael Jackson. It was like, he's a questionable person because nothing was proven, but he's a great artist still. It's like, and I'm not saying one excuses the other because one man murdered his wife and his child. But I'm saying is I can't separate the two and recognize the great wrestler that he was. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, Chief?
What's up, guys?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right.
Good. How you guys doing?
Chilling, bro. All right, hold on. I gotta set it up.
Yep.
All right. My bad.
You literally just walked into talking about Benoit, a horrible person, but a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a great wrestler. That's
what I'm. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like the Hogan thing. We're trying to separate them. Like I was talking to a Pro Wrestling Podcast, and he said, he said Michael Jackson. Same thing. I go, Michael Jackson is questionable. Nothing was proven, but still a great artist. You don't stop listening. Like I don't stop listening to Michael song or stop watching Benoit's matches because of that. Even though it's hard to find at this point.
Yeah,
it's fine now, but
are they on Peacock or did they not put them?
It's funny, yo. They have erased that man.
Have they? Because he was on the original WWE Network, right? They didn't.
It's funny. At first, the WWE Network, they had him that Royal Rumble win, and for some reason, I don't know what happened. Somebody tweeted something, said, I can't believe you have this murderer and you're glorifying him," and they took it off.
Oh man!
I remember when they put the stickers over his figure, like when the picture of his figure was on the back of the other figures, they put the sticker over his face to like hide him completely.
You remember when they had the Thunderdome, right? And the people were showing a picture, and like they pretty much canceled those people. They couldn't come back on to the Thunderdome thing.
Yeah,
because it just had a picture of Benoit's face. That's all they did. And so
it's just like, hey, if somebody don't advertise it, but if somebody wants to watch it, have it there for them to watch. It's their personal choice. Yeah. I mean, nobody's condoning what he did.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, it's still like you said. I'll listen to Michael Jackson music, and there's all these,
I remember when he died, people they stopped playing his music, and I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
When did it stop being? When did it stop being good?
Exactly.
There's no point. There's no point. Billie Jean ever stop being good.
Yeah,
that's so true.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's crazy because it's like all allegations. R. Kelly, they proved R. Kelly. Like he's been convicted. He's going to jail for this shit. Now it's up to your your moral compass.
Yeah, absolutely. But the funny thing is, as disgusting as what he did was, he did have good songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like before this happened, you put on Bump and Grind and you listening to that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're listening to it. Oh, I Believe I Can Fly. Nobody was. You couldn't get away from that song at one point. Trust me, I tried.
Oh, yeah.
I tried hard. You know what I'm saying?
And to go back to Benoit, like they are saying that when they scanned his brain, he had the brain of an 80-year-old man with Alzheimer's. Like his brain was fucked up, so he had the CTE shit. But also before he killed his family, there was no allegations of him beating the shit out of women or his kids. He was a bad person this whole entire time. It just this one incident. So before that, and you watch his wrestling, you can appreciate him being a good wrestler. You don't know him as a person, so you can't judge him. Now you see what he did. It's like, all right, if he was still alive after he killed, like if on some OJ shit, then it's like, all right, I can't condone anything you do afterwards. I can't endorse that. But as a wrestler, he was a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He could put on some amazing matches. He was a talented dude. It's just, it's unfortunate the way it ended. And
it's funny because you got like Stone Cold, right? When Stone Cold first started doing it, Stone Cold was beating the shit out of his wives, plural, and they tried to cover it up. Now, Stone Cold's my favorite wrestler, but that shit doesn't mean I don't recognize the fact that he was a piece of shit for doing it.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Did he go to the level of Benoit? No, he did not. But he hit a woman. He's still a piece of shit. You know what I mean? No matter what. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah.
That is very true, and people loved him.
Absolutely. Some people he could do no wrong. I'm like, yo, you put your hands on a woman, man. Dude, you gotta take a step back and realize, first of all, look at your size. You're not a small man.
Yeah.
At all. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure when you throw hands, them shit's hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Booker T could probably attest to it when he got his receipt from him. But but it's one of those things where like, yo, I can't excuse that. No, Stone Cold? Yeah. But I'd be like, yo, you did hit a woman, bro. I can't ignore that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
But, it's always that thing of separating the human being from the performer in everything, everything you do. And that's the whole Hogan thing. It's like he said it, but it's like, yo, first of all, it's say your prayers, eat your vitamins. Is that guy saying it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we originally was talking about.
Yeah, and it was like that, the platform he has and still has amazingly. And then the WWE fucks up like pairing him with an African American. I go, how smart was that? You think nobody saw through that?
Yeah.
You can tell how uncomfortable they both were, by the way. Good job, guys.
Yeah. I just hate, and not that this is an excuse for Hogan, but I hate when shit leaks that's not supposed to be out there. But it just shows you like how many other people are saying stuff that we would just like, ooh, like this is a terrible person and I like them. Yep. There's so much of that out there that we just don't even know.
The Warrior. The Warrior was doing that when he was doing the motivational speaker, the homophobic slurs and all that other shit. Yeah. And I didn't know about this until the Beyond the Ring, Dark Side of the Ring thing came out.
I remember somebody sent me one, and I didn't know it was a Warrior because I hadn't heard his voice in so long. And I'm like, yo, who the hell? Why does this sound so familiar to me? And then it wasn't until that I was like, I've heard that before. Oh shit, it's him. You know what I mean? I mean, he went off the rails, long ago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, cocaine and roids will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
What's going on, Pro Wrestling Podcast? He said it's kind of weird because Ric Flair has no blurred lines in his character. I mean, To be honest with you, he was air humping the fucking the ring, looking at women in the crowd. Remember talking about you gonna get on Space Mountain and shit.
Let's be honest. We all knew what Ric Flair was for the last 40 years. Like, there's no shock here at what happened with Ric Flair. But now, times have changed, and like we all like, hey, Ric Flair has always been a piece of shit womanizer. Like, there's no doubt about it. Was he great in the ring? He made it part of his character.
Yeah.
Him being a womanizer was part of his character, and people ate it up with his promos. So there's no shock. But now we live in a different time than we did years ago. So what was right was then is not now, and what didn't offend people then offends people now. So I mean,
it's funny the thing is, the Tommy Dreamer end of it is it sucks because Tommy Dreamer is a good guy.
I was gonna bring that up.
Right? Yeah. Everybody in the industry will tell you, yo, Tommy's a good cat, man. He's one of the honest ones in the business. He's not going to screw you. All of a sudden, he literally says what we're saying. He goes, yo, listen, that's Ric Flair. That's what he does. Cancel you. I'm like, why? Wait, why? He's literally doing what every wrestler's ever done. He's like, yo, that's Ric Flair. That's what he did. All the fans know. If Ric Flair is helicoptering his penis to a stewardess, I'm like, yo, to me, that's like knee level stuff compared to the shit I've heard about him. He's done way worse shit.
To be honest with you, the whole helicopter shit, I wasn't surprised at. When he cornered the woman in the back of the plane, that's when I was like, hold up, this is a little weird and no one's stopping this shit.
Yeah.
But Tommy was like, I don't think he's the type to do that. But anybody gets offended. He even mentions like, I have double fucking ponytails. Somebody's gonna get offended by that shit. What's going on, Mike?
Talking about
Chad.
Oh, Chad, my bad. My bad.
No, it's cool, man. What's been going on, man?
We're talking about Ric Flair and Hogan being racist and all those things right now.
Where's everyone stand on this?
I'm literally on some like, yo, man, it's happened. He was at home. I'm kind of like with Toe here. It's like, yo, he's at home. He felt comfortable. Everybody said worse in privacy of somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, you're telling me, and I understand the platform the man has. I understand who he is, but yo, we've all done it. So don't act like you're levitating above everybody else. Don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because usually when somebody gets mad at something, the first thing they do is how they look or their race. It's like it's instant. So you know what I'm saying? I personally just wanted to go away because it's not that I wanted to give an excuse. It's just annoying. It's like they're like, all right, yeah, he said it, right? Let's talk about him burying people and not being so good at the ring. I feel like that's wrestling wise. Yeah.
Yeah, if we knew all the shit that people said, I mean, so many of the people you look up to would just be buried. I think it's like cancel culture mentality right now. I mean, what he said was fucking awful. Everyone knows that. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, the guy's never
All right.
Need is Lou Gehrig.
That's fun. Here we go.
What? I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but this never happens. We're trying to have a special shit here, Ninja.
Brings?
What happened?
We bring the tavern here and we mess everything up for you.
All right, now we got. All right.
Yo, listen.
That's hilarious. This shouldn't be so funny. I'm sorry.
For real. Pro Wrestling Podcast. I muted.
Still entertaining.
Yeah, I muted us on OBS because I didn't want you to hear 15 versions of us talking. So that's why I was like, all right, let me take it off the stream. But all right.
So I just got my internet back up too. My internet's been screwed up all night. So
okay. Close. We're close.
Oh, you're using your built-in microphone, not your Rodecaster Pro or anything.
I'm on built-in right now. If I go to Rodecaster, hold on. Let me go here. All right. Hello.
Nah, yeah, we're still. Oh.
Yeah. I've built in.
There's new WWE releases.
There's new ones now?
John Morrison, Top Dollar, Ashante Adonis, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Tegan Knox, Drake Maverick, Shane Thorne, and Jackson Riker.
What?
I just got this message. I have no clue how. Hold on, let me see if I can confirm it, if that's true or not. Budget cuts were cited as the reason, if it's true. Yep, 8 talents released. It's official. Those 8 talents were released.
Holy shit. You said John Morrison, Top Dollar.
Tegan Knox, Drake Maverick, John Morrison, Jackson Riker, Shane Thorne, a.k.a. Slapjack. All 3 men of Hit Row. They released all of Hit Row now.
Wow. They must have just found out they were black. Yo, Lay, did you hear that?
Talents were told the releases were due to budget cuts. 8 more releases from WWE.
8 more?
Hit Row is gone.
Tegan Knox,
That's
Jake Maverick,
crazy.
John Morrison, Jackson Riker, Shane Thorne, and all of Hit Row.
All of Hit? Isn't Hit Row part of that like Rumble match? Like tag team battle royal?
Well, they were. They're not winning now.
Holy shit. I mean, no, I didn't think. It's funny because I thought they were going to win this. Oh, wow.
Yeah, yo.
Wow.
What the
John Morrison?
Well, they released his wife.
They were wasting him. So.
They released his wife, so you saw that coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was like, yo, your wife is gone. Get ready, son.
You next.
Pack them bags, baby.
Guy's so much. He's probably happy.
Hit Row was one of the best things in NXT 2 point, whatever the fuck it's called now.
Yo, that's crazy. This is sanity all over again.
Survivor Series.
Yo, didn't I fucking tell you? Who I told that to? Kenny?
I think you told Kenny.
Kenny, when you watch this shit over, if you're watching now, I fucking told you. The minute they bring Hit Row up to SmackDown, I said, yo, don't get excited because of sanity. And look, they gone now. They gone.
That is
didn't even last as long as sanity.
Yeah. Chad, you're muted or something.
That's insane, bro.
No, I still can't hear you. Uh-oh.
Steve,
and it's funny because you have AEW who's just signed Jay Lethal, and then you do this.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me, man. What is that? What is the number up to now? They've released 78 or 79 people in total?
That might be 80.
80?
Altogether, because there was 72.
Remember, but 2 came back. Selena Vega and Samoa Joe came back.
Okay.
That's true.
So now, yep.
So it's 78. So, I mean, in April, they're going to drop like 40 people. The quarterly thing happens again. It's like a quarterly. They're just going to drop 80 people.
There's going to be 10 people on Raw and SmackDown soon.
At one point, it's going to be the New Day versus the Bloodline, and that's going to be the whole card. It's literally going to be it.
Yo, I made that joke in our group chat saying that it's going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania because they're going to be the only 2 people left. And it's looking that way. It's like...
There's no need for 2 nights of WrestleMania at this pace.
Yeah, you don't have enough people to do it.
Yo, for that, like, Toe said it best. Yo, give Saturday to NXT and take Sunday.
Yeah,
that's what they should do. I don't need.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This NXT product, I'm not exactly excited about, but
I haven't watched it. I haven't even checked it out.
It's funny.
Nor do I plan to.
There's some guys, like there's a guy named Tony D'Angelo, which is really racist and horrible. He's like supposed to be a Chicago Italian guy, but he has a Brooklyn accent. Don't understand how that gets over, but whatever. But he has a good promo and mic skills. You know what I mean? So, in the entertainment value, that's the only thing that gets you over now because nobody actually wrestles.
Yeah.
God forbid you do that.
It's the world entertainment, no longer world wrestling entertainment.
Yeah. There's no wrestling there. We were talking about this the other day. We said it's turned into a variety show. Soon they'll eliminate all the wrestling.
Yep. Yeah, Jeff
wants to figure out a way to have no wrestling on it. He would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. All right. Hopefully they come back and everything's situated. But
yeah. I mean, it's funny because you go back to the days of the SmackDown 6, and you think to yourself, yo, you had 6 guys that were just good at it. You know what I mean? Individually and as tag teams. And 2, I mean, honestly, they were really just one tag team. It was Los Guerreros were the actual tag team. Everybody else was like just put together. But it's not like they do it now, where it just like kind of fit the storyline. It's like they actually complement each other.
Yeah.
And ironically, Benoit's one of them. Small world. You know, and you just go to yourself and go, yo, you have the capacity to do that. Like you have the capacity to put on Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks in the second night of WrestleMania to be the best match you have that night. Right? And then you give us The Fiend and Randy Orton. What the fuck, son?
Yeah.
Yo, you're not even meeting me halfway.
Yeah.
That match was a DDT clinic.
Now they're killing Bianca Belair anyway. Like feels like her push is totally over, and she's just another woman.
Yep.
It's funny because all she's done is a loss to Becky. Over. After the 26 seconds, it was like mudslide like going down. All due respect.
A terrible way to book anything.
They're doing the Roman Reigns treatment on her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're bringing her down, and I'll bet you any money when people start getting over her, and they're like, "Yo, all right, she's done. Like she had her time. Let's see somebody new." They're gonna bring her back up, and everybody's gonna hate it. Like, no, you should have did this shit when we wanted it. Like, nobody wants this shit now. Where's Doudrop or fucking Shayna Baszler?
It's funny because
Shayna Baszler, what a waste she could have been.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that Rumble match where the Elimination Chamber where she was so dominant.
Yeah.
That ass should have been it. Mm-hmm. And like Belair wins the Rumble, right? Doing it right. She does WrestleMania. She wins. You're doing it right.
I can hear you, but you're coming in a little broken up.
And
check.
There you go.
You're clear.
Okay.
I don't understand this fucking company, son. I don't get it.
I have sound effects, guys, so don't. If I pull them up when you're talking, that's not
Excuse me.
It's not a stop talking. But
Dude, at what point, like with WWE, I have a question for you guys. At what point do people look at them cutting people like this, young talent, just shit canning them left and right? At what point do these lifers who support this company look around and they're like, dude, I'm tired of this. It's like people keep watching this shit. Like, if you want things to change, the only way you're going to have this company like change the way they do business is by affecting their bottom line, period. Like, that's the only way. If you keep giving them like time and energy and subscribing to Peacock and doing all this shit, it's going to be business as usual, man.
Yep.
Agreed.
You're right.
Yeah. And that's the only way to affect a business to actually change. When you stop buying their product, they have no choice but to change. But it sucks that my man could go to India or I was gonna say the Dalai Lama. They could go to fucking do the best house show in the world, Saudi Arabia. They go and get $600 million just for having a fake Yokozuna.
Yeah. It's funny because I'm not gonna lie to you. I bought the Roman shirts right off the cuff. That I remember there was one time when Roman was in Pensacola, Florida, and they were booing him. I go, yo, but he's from there. So fuck you guys. I'm gonna get behind this guy. Luckily, I did it at the right time because then the Kimmy thing happened. He turned around, best heel in the game. He came back the way he did. But then you start releasing people during the pandemic. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So I haven't seen Raw in forever. I watch Raw through these guys when they do their Raw review, when they do the Raw watch along. I have not seen
me
Raw.
and Kenny do that.
Like sometimes I may catch a highlight or two. Don't watch it. I watch Dynamite and Rampage. Pretty consistent. Dynamite have to catch after I get home because I get home late from work. But anything, I catch it right away. I'm usually on my phone or whatever. And then SmackDown is like, I like the Bloodline, and I've been a fan of the Usos since before when they had the face paint and they looked weird. And then before that, actually, because I looked into who they were, like, oh, Rikishi's kids. I like Rikishi. Yeah, fuck it. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of his, and I like them. When they came back with that whole new attitude, I was like, perfect. All of a sudden, you're just like, now you're starting to booking them like the Hurt Business. Now I'm starting not to care about these guys.
Yeah.
Brock comes back, and all of a sudden, Roman's a bitch ass, and he's no longer the guy. He's scared of him. Why? He has the ace in the hole. He knows Brock. He has his cousins. What am I missing here?
Yeah. How do you guys feel about how they're doing
all that together? I'm like, yo, if AEW releases one good theme song, they make one good theme song, I swear to God, I'm never watching it again. No, AEW's theme songs are fucking horrendous unless they buy them. Let's be real.
Yeah,
I actually like them. I like them. I don't mind. I don't mind their entrance themes. I think Mikey Ruckus kills it.
I actually like I like Penta's theme, Penta and Phoenix's theme, but that's because I just really like Penta, and I would like him to bring the Lucha Underground theme with him. But
I think MJF's theme fits him.
MJF's theme is dope.
Oh no, MJF is, and that whole thing with Punk was perfect. I called that one, by the way. I was like, yo,
that was beautiful.
Punk on promos alone, I'm in. I'm all in. All pun intended. I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mark out.
What an episode of wrestling we got last night from Dynamite.
Oh yeah,
incredible.
Telling stories, planting seeds for the next year. It was an amazing episode.
It's pro wrestling for grown ass people. It's
true.
not. It's not for little toddlers and geriatric old people like WWE is.
Yeah, and it's not.
I mean,
it's not patronizing us either.
Yeah, they insult your intelligence on Raw and SmackDown. Roman Reigns storyline, it's the best thing he's probably ever done. That and the Shield, but like outside of Roman, he's surrounded by garbage. Like for the most part, like there's bright spots here and there, but dude, I can't get through 2 hours of SmackDown. I can't get through 3 hours of Raw. There's so much stuff that I'm just like, you're treating me like I'm a dummy.
Yeah.
Like I've watched wrestling for 35 years of my life. Like you don't have to spoon feed me stuff. And it's not even that they're just spoon feeding you stuff. They will start a storyline and then they'll pull some shit where you're like, hold on. I thought that guy didn't like this guy last month. And they won't even, they just shove that to the side. It's like, now forget that. That never happened. We're moving on to this. And then we get a month, 2 month thing. And then that goes away. It's like, there's no continuity. There's no history of their own like current product. It drives me nuts, man.
And you have a guy go around one night trying to say, hey, I wouldn't do that, only to turn on the guy later that night.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense?
Yeah. And they treat people way differently. Like Keith Lee and Karrion Kross, they came out their first time and they're losing. But Austin Theory comes out and my man's main event in Survivor Series on the team now. Just all he did was take pictures.
Yep.
Like you gave him Tyler Breeze's gimmick and now all of a sudden he's the top guy. But Keith Lee has it turned into a battle cat and wear extra clothes because of
they changed
whatever
his music. They completely overhauled that guy.
Yeah.
It's because Vince has this hard on. Vince has this hard on to change gimmicks that are already working. Like, I don't understand. If you're overdoing this, why do you try and change it? It doesn't make any sense.
None whatsoever.
He's not good at it. It's not like he's good at changing gimmicks to make people better.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you want to make everybody generic?
Pretty
like
much.
You made Karrion Kross a gimp.
Yeah.
Right.
Dead serious.
So true.
Yeah.
When I saw him come out with that, I was like, yo, okay, at least he's going to take off the stupid helmet. He's going to take off the dominatrix thing. No. My man was wrestling in that. I was like, what?
And it didn't do him any favors.
Did you see? First of all, they took away his fiance. I didn't understand that at all either.
No.
The entrance was great with both of them. Package deal. And then he gets rolled up by Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Who hasn't won a match in like
wild.
Yo, Jeff Hardy lost to Cedric Alexander
4 weeks in a row. And yo, Karrion Kross loses while he's the NXT champion.
He has a belt on, by the way.
Yep.
Never takes it off.
Exactly.
So shit on your products and your wrestlers at the same time.
So many people say this, and I think people, when they hear it, they think, "Oh, that's overblown."
Mm-hmm.
But it's so true. Vince is out of touch. He's in his late 70s, dude. Like, he isn't tapped into what the modern day 18 to 49 wrestling fan wants. Like, the fact that you watch Karrion Kross and Scarlett come out in NXT, which was arguably one of the best entrances in pro wrestling at the time. The fact that he sees that and he's like, let's scrap that. Let's take her. Let's get rid of her. Let's throw away the smoke and the fog and the cool music. Let's just have him walk out in like a broke ass gladiator gimmick. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? You're out of touch, dude.
Oh my!
That's the crazy shit is, it's not like we're asking him to do something crazy. Leave them the fuck alone.
Exactly.
So true.
Yeah, you're not sitting there with a guy walking off the street. I want to be a wrestler. Okay, here goes your gimmick. No, Keith Lee is arguably one of the most athletic guys in the business right now for his size, and even not for his size, like pound for pound. And his whole fucking bask into my glory shit was amazing. But we're gonna make him a bear cat, and he's gonna fight the littlest motherfucker we ever seen in our lives. And we're gonna wonder why he doesn't get over. Like, what? He fights fucking Dijakovic in NXT. Awesome matches. Dijakovic is now fucking Mace or whatever the fuck you want to call him. That's what the fuck I called him.
He didn't get released.
Yeah.
I forget he calls him that.
Yeah,
Donovan Dijak.
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is.
Let's not talk about what he did to Donovan Dijak.
Yeah, he's Mace now.
Not even get into a retribution.
Yeah.
That
was stupid.
He fucked up like 8 careers in one shot.
Yo, but that was stupid in
he
itself.
literally said, fuck all of you guys.
Yo, they came out. I was like, yo, all right, they got something here. It's like a new NWO type shit. They're gonna tear shit up, and they're like, oh, you people sold your souls for a contract. Next week, every single one of you got signed to a contract. What? What? So no more retribution, right? Like we solved it
from the inside by getting signed. Why would you sign the people trying to destroy you?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you put your son-in-law in charge? Why did you put him in charge and then don't listen to a fucking thing he does? He builds these people up and he makes them great. Vince has completely neutered Triple H, man. Like he lets him do his thing, and then he grabs the guys from Triple H. He's like, "Oh, that's nice what you did. I'm going to completely do away with that." He's cutting his fucking balls off left and right.
Yeah.
He took the company from him. He took he took NXT from him. He's like, I don't like what you're, like, dude. What's up with Triple H? I know he had the heart issue, but when is he going to be? How much of a part of this company is he going to be now after having NXT taken away from him? And I don't know, man.
He's all elite.
There were, I heard.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what's funny? Somebody came up with an idea, right? I forgot it was on some Instagram thing. He said, "Yo, what if Triple H takes all the talent that was released, right? And he makes his own thing, but he partners with AEW. He goes, listen, I'm not saying we're together, but I'm saying we can work together. Like that forbidden door, you know what I mean? That forbidden door part, we can work together. All these guys that got released here, I built them up and I got shitted on. So fuck that. I can work something out with you guys. I'm sure Khan is like, yo, listen, I have billions and you see the way I spend money. I'm playing. I am literally like a kid with action figures right now with human beings. I hate to make it sound like that, but that's literally what he's doing.
Oh yeah,
most of my favorite wrestlers, I get to put them together. I appreciate that.
I saw someone say I saw someone say that Triple H and Shawn Michaels should buy ROH.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling Podcast just said that in the chat. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
I just have one thing to say about NXT 2.0. Braun Breaker.
With 2Ks.
What? With 2Ks.
His name.
The third one is
silent.
silent.
We know the third one is silent. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because of good old boys. But I'm thinking in my head, right before he comes out, you go, no, your new name now is Braun Breaker. He goes, what happened to Rex Steiner? That makes sense. Dude, I look like my father.
Sounds like his uncle.
Yeah.
Right here, this is dad. And then you put me in a singlet. What does he say? And then they reference it throughout the match. Because I've seen it. They reference it throughout the match. Oh, Steiner move. I'm like,
hey, man.
If you want to do that, why aren't you acknowledging who he is?
Dude, just say that's
sense.
Rick Steiner's son. By the way, there's like 3 guys that are they're kids of other wrestlers. I believe Bo Buchanan's son is there, and one of the Beverly brothers.
Yep.
His son. That's Von Wagner. Von Wagner is the Beverly brothers' son.
Yeah.
That he looks like the love child of Test and Edge.
Yeah.
But with no charisma. No charisma whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's where we're going now, bro. That 2.0 thing, that's what they're gonna bring up. Braun Breaker's probably the creme de la creme they have right now.
That's all they have. I think NXT 2.0 is fucking garbage now.
Yep.
Well, the ratings are reflecting that.
It's fucking garbage.
It looks stupid.
The wrestling, dude, there's people on there that should not be on primetime TV. Some of that wrestling on there is so bad.
Oh, Kushida.
Great.
You have one of the best light heavyweights on God's green earth, and you put him on a team called Jacket Time?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means.
There's a guy on NXT that he's also Asian, and he wears like these, I guess, funky jackets. So they put him together and they call him Jacket Time.
Yeah, because Kushida's got the Marty McFly vest on. It's like,
yeah, he got the whole yeah. But I'm like, you do realize how good he is, right? Have you seen New Japan?
Yeah.
Like watch one match and go, he should be doing a lot more than this.
Well, dude, look at Nakamura.
Oh, that's
like Nakamura. He is a shadow of himself in New Japan. Those matches he was having with AJ Styles in New Japan are like all-time classics, and now he's air guitaring with Boogs, and it's a circus show.
Yeah, and they used him to lose to fucking Jinder Mahal when he was the champion. And when he had that rivalry with AJ Styles, it was who can hit each other in the dick first match.
Yes, yes, exactly. And then,
oh man,
I completely forgot he was an IC champion, so they said he's having a match against Damian Priest. Well, that's right. They have an IC champ.
Yeah,
but they considered him a contender for the tag team champions. They said, "Oh, he's one of the top contenders for the tag team champions, but he's your intercontinental champion."
By the way, great job fucking over a title that was at one point more prestige than the actual heavyweight title itself, and the workhorse title, by the way.
Yep.
But
a guy like once again, Benoit. I know how people feel, but Benoit at one point was defending that on both shows, just openly defending it.
Yeah,
doesn't matter who came in.
Benoit was great.
Absolutely.
He was like so good. That's wrestling, man.
And the funny and then let's think about the TV title when him and Booker T had the best of 7 series. Once again, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
And they had a story in that because that was basically Booker T's coming out party.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So like he's separated from Harlem Heat. Yeah, and he was just like because he still had the Harlem Heat gear.
Yep.
Like he was literally just You didn't have the top.
The top, just the pants.
Just had the pants. Yep. But everybody knew that I was like, he's the Shawn Michaels. I mean, with all due respect. It's like the Street Profits now. We all know who the Shawn Michaels is.
Oh, yeah, it's Montez.
Yep.
Right? You know what I mean? But it just
100%.
It's weird how you have all these lessons from the past and some stuff you did yourselves. Like you made the New Age Outlaws matter when nobody cared about either guy.
Well, they made themselves matter. Because I think in the Attitude Era, there wasn't anybody handcuffing people writing. They said, you got 5 minutes. If you want 5 minutes next week, do something about it.
Plus, they were in good with the Click.
Yes,
and the Click had all the stroke at the time.
That is true.
Well, I mean, when they started, I don't think they did. Remember when it was Rockabilly and he came.
Oh yeah. I'm talking when they joined
the
joined
roadie.
DX. They were kind of under Triple H's wings.
Yeah. I'm saying, and I don't. It's just weird, man.
You bring up Nakamura could be the number one contender for the tag team title. Tegan Knox won a number one contendership for the women's tag team title twice, and now she's gone.
3 times. Yep. They won it 3 times.
No, they won the number one contender 3 times.
So they won. Because that contender thing makes no sense. You beat the champ to become a contender. I go, why don't you just have them do a tournament? But they did win 3 times, and they fired her. Apparently, the podcast said they fired her 3 days before her birthday.
Yeah,
classic, very classic.
It's crazy because she blows out both of her knees in the Mae Young Classic like every year, and this is how you treat her.
Yeah.
There's some people
still blown away
want me to watch a product.
No, Hit Row is crazy.
No, first of all, Swerve by himself is money. Wherever Swerve goes, he's going to be golden. Swerve is money. And I feel like the big guy, I forget his name.
Top Dollar.
Top Dollar would be really appreciated in Japan. Because Bronson Reed just showed up in Japan. And they're loving that.
Dude, Top Dollar might have shouldn't have been shitting where he's eating because he was talking all that shit about AEW and the Bucks, and now he's jobless. So it's like
Impact, here I come.
Yeah, right? Braun Strowman went and shit on independent wrestling and talked all that shit about Evil Uno and all those guys, and then he hits the free agent market, and AEW didn't even sniff him.
It's funny because they're all about the Fiend. They're like, he's doing movies right now, so And I was telling Toe, and we was talking about this before. I go, if Braun is smart, Braun will go into the movies with all these Marvel movies and DC movies. They're gonna need somebody that looks like you. Just go in there and do movies, bro. Yeah. Yo, hit a Batista. I know you know the guy. Be like, yo, brother, talk to me, man. I want to have some Marvel and DC success.
No, for real.
You don't have to wrestle. There's avenues to go through. You know what I mean?
I hope he stays. If he were to sign with AEW or Impact, especially if he does go to AEW, I don't want to see that happen for another. I'd be fine if he was out for a year. I don't want to see every time people get released, they pop up in AEW. They pop up. Like, dude, let the dust settle. Let these guys get into some storylines. Then maybe 6, 7, 8 months down the road, have somebody pop up. Fine, but you can't. Too many surprises kind of it wears itself thin, I think.
Yeah, you got to build up your 4 pillows.
Yeah.
AEW.
Yeah.
You got to build them up in the words of JR. The 4 pillows. You got to build these guys up. Yeah. I remember I was like, did I hear that right? Did he just say 4 pillows?
I was like, damn, JR, you got to do better than this.
I'm over here thinking Allen is a soft. I mean, he's ready to kill himself in every match he has. Yeah. He's ready to end his life. Him and MJF, an amazing match. That opener set the tone, and it kind of screwed up a lot of people. It was like, after that, I'd be in the back like, damn, we got to follow that up.
I said the same thing, man. That's arguably the match of the night.
Yes.
Like, absolutely. Dude, that sequence in the beginning when they were just trading near falls, I know people were like, oh, it was a little choreographed. Dude, I was digging that.
That took me back to old ECW, Lance Storm and Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn.
That I right away I got the Jerry Lynn RVD vibe. And the fun part is, like, a lot of people always go, yo, is MJF just promos? No. He came up with a lot of innovative stuff. He was little Chris Canyon out there. Mm-hmm. With some innovative moves. I was like, okay, all right, I see you.
He's got a lot of Chris Candido in him too.
Oh yes, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw the match and I was like, yo, I want to come back to this like a year later or 2 years later. I want this to happen again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, they're going to be feuding for the next 10 years.
And I would love them to do it for the title.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be perfect, man. Because literally, he is the other side of that coin. Allen is the other side of MJF's coin, son. He barely talks, and he doesn't give a shit about himself. And then the other guy, likes him to be a nice suit, presents himself properly. You know what I'm saying? And he's perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, there's very few times in a company you get two guys that are opposite and are also really charismatic, even though they do it in different ways.
Yeah, and they mesh well together.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Their chemistry is great. Right?
Yeah.
It's
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But going back to Ring of Honor real quick, I had a question when the suggestion of Triple H and Shawn Michaels buying it. Do you make that like a third or fourth wrestling organization where you try to get a TV deal, or would you keep that independent?
I mean, if I was Triple H and them, I would maybe go the GCW route for a year or two and then take it. Because man, if it came out that HBK and Triple H bought Ring of Honor, there would be a lot of fans rally behind that. To know that they're out from under the Vince McMahon umbrella, they've bought this prestigious company. We know what they did with the black and gold NXT brand, and now they're going to be running a company completely cuffs off. I think you got to put that on some sort of TV, whether it be streaming or try to get a cable deal, because even AEW fans, I feel like, would get behind that. The people that really hate WWE would be like, okay, Triple H is going out on his own, because I feel like a lot of the AEW fans, I'm one of them, dude, between like 2014 and 2017, 2018, I was NXT guy. Loved NXT.
Yep.
You know, that was my rest. That was like, yeah, I'm about this, because Raw and SmackDown wasn't doing it for me. But then AEW kind of filled that void at about the same time NXT kind of started going down.
Yeah. I was an NXT takeover guy. Because I didn't watch the NXT shows weekly. I'll catch them once in a while depending on who's wrestling. But the takeovers, they were better than the SummerSlams. They were better than any pay-per-view they went up with in WWE.
It's funny because remember, for a while it was, how do we follow NXT up?
Yeah.
It was like, at first it was a joke, and then after a while it got serious. There were reports of guys like, how do we follow up and like Ricochet and Adam Cole? How do we follow that up? How do we follow up FTR and Gargano and Ciampa?
Those matches,
how do we what in the Authors of Pain, like, how do we compete with that?
The WWE
we're like you said, we're handcuffed.
Yeah.
But these guys, balls to the wall, man, they just go all the way.
But the WWE or Vince McMahon did something unthinkable. It was like, you know how we follow up good wrestling? By roll-ups and DQ finishes, bro.
Oh,
that's how we do
roll-up.
It. Yeah.
The most dangerous move in wrestling today.
They brought that out, like, that move was banned because of safety reasons. And they took, they was like, fuck it. The hardcore era's back, baby. The hardcore era's back. Everybody's doing the fucking roll-up now.
And the fucking shame of it, dude. Like a well-placed roll-up, like when you're not using it all the fucking time, that is like your that's kind of like your knockout punch out of nowhere in a UFC fight.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, I didn't see that. How did he get, but they lean on it so much, it's a cop-out finish now.
Yeah.
Where like back in the late 80s, early 90s, dude, when someone pulled out a roll-up, I want to say one of the Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair classics ended in a roll-up finish.
Yep.
And those are like 5-star matches, but it ends in a roll-up, and you're like, it worked because they never use those.
Yeah. And it was kind of a way to keep the story going.
Kid beat Razor Ramon?
Yes.
Yeah.
So think about that. One of the biggest upsets ever.
The roll-up was a way to keep the story going.
Yeah.
Because it was always, you didn't beat me, you got lucky type shit.
Yeah.
Now everybody's doing the roll-up. It's like, what? It's like, all right, I don't need to watch this shit no more.
Yeah, you got a lucky shot.
Was the heel with the tights, with the, like, you just see crack. You're like, oh man, you're tucking it in hard, bro.
I find it hilarious that you can kick out of 15 finishing moves and the roll-up with the tights, but a regular roll-up, unkickable. Nope. You can't kick out of that one.
Not anybody. This guy.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy. Yeah. Only them.
Hey, but at least this guy had his gimmick was that he hulked up.
That's true.
Cena,
that's true.
I literally saw Cena get hit by a Boeing 747 and just stood there on some like Superman shit. You know, like the Miz and Alex Riley or whatever the fuck his name is. His name is escaping.
You actually got it right. It's Alex Riley.
Oh, okay. Alex Riley beat the shit out of John Cena for 4 days straight in that fucking Last Man Standing match, and my man never hit the mat once. He was on his feet that whole time. Son.
Oh my
they
God,
ran him over with a train.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there was nothing you could do to this man.
You know what's funny? My favorite Cena thing is, how the hell did he beat Brock Lesnar in that match?
The chain.
Extreme Rules.
Remember the
hell did he win that?
The chain.
He got his ass handed
chain,
to him.
right?
Yeah, he put the chain around his hand, and Brock Lesnar jumped into the chain.
It made no sense though, because
52
that
suplex.
whole buildup was Lesnar, and I'm not a Lesnar fan like that. I'm an early Lesnar fan, not this one. But that whole buildup was Lesnar handing him his ass, and all of a sudden he pulls one out of his ass. I'm like,
yeah.
I love that match. I like the match where Lesnar just suplexed him like.
Oh, the SummerSlam! Oh, that was awesome.
Loved it.
Yo, me and my boys were watching that, and we just started counting for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Like, is it 15 or 16? 16. Good. I missed one. I went to the bathroom. I missed one. My bad.
But it showed that there's a difference between being a wrestler and being a UFC fighter now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that was the story I got from it. It's like Brock Lesnar came, he was a wrestler, and, you know, people could do whatever to him. Like John Cena versus Brock Lesnar back in the day, different match. My man is the UFC heavyweight champion, baddest man on the planet. He fucked you up.
Yep.
That's what he did. That was his job. He came and fucked you up. When he opened up Randy Orton, I was like, good. Because that's what he's supposed to do. He's a real fighter.
Yep.
Yep.
But
not
no more.
We know Braun Strowman called some of that love. He got a little too happy.
Oh yeah.
Brock was like, bro, if you want to throw hands, I don't think you want into this. In the words of the Street Profits, you don't want into smoke.
Word.
You want none of it. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. But here's my thing is, right? So you can, like I said it before, you can give me a great match, right? With women or men, doesn't matter, right? Or whatever title you like, whatever pronoun helps you out. But then you consistently book bullshit. And as you well put it, insult my intelligence while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're literally telling me you're an idiot because you keep watching us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're telling you that these two guys were cool, and one segment later, they hate each other.
Right.
No. I saw that whole thing. What happened there? It's like when you watch a movie and you miss a part and you go, yo, what happened? Wait, they were cool 2 seconds ago. What did I miss?
You know.
But then the problem is, with them, you didn't miss anything. They're just literally going.
You know, they did that with the Kevin Owens storyline and Big E.
That's exactly what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, when Seth Rollins hit Big E and Kevin Owens pinned him, now all of a sudden Kevin Owens a bad guy? No. This is a match. He's trying to win.
Right.
Would Big E turn around and go to the ref? No, disqualify me because Seth Rollins hit him? No.
Right.
I've never seen that happen from Big E. But why is Kevin Owens such a bad guy now? Because he took advantage of an opportunity. Like, what? And then now Kevin Owens a bad guy, and he literally says on Monday, and I only watched it because we did a watch along, me and Kenny, and it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to get through that 3 hours. But he literally told Big E, I'm gonna go fuck up everybody in the back, and it's your fault. The next time we see him, he's leaving to go home. Who'd you fuck up, and why didn't we see this on camera? Like he's literally in his gear, taping everything on his wrist and going home. And Finn Balor's like, well, my match with Seth Rollins is no longer happening, so I'm wrestling you. But they promoted Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. Like, what? How many matches did we hear about that we're not getting, that we're getting now? Like, I don't. This is Monday Night Raw. This isn't a house show. Like, somebody's confused. Yeah.
By the way, it's a go home show.
Yeah.
Let's remember that.
Yes.
This is a go home show.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. It really is.
I think, like, dude, I wonder though, sometimes, like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, where you know, we grew up watching WWE when it was at the height of its powers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like everyone loved it. We were all diehard fans. But I feel like the company, a lot of us, our age of fans, we're looking on it and saying they're doing it. They're not as good as they used to be. They're not doing it right. They need to be doing it the old way. Like they're doing it wrong. But in my head, I'm like, have they just changed? And this is the way they do it now. And there's no going back to the way it was, or this is just the way of the company. And it's designed for people that aren't the stuff we grew up on isn't their style of wrestling anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They've moved on to this new version of whatever they think it is, which is like a sports entertainment variety show. And the stuff that we grew up loving, they've evolved from that into something else that we're not clicking with. And maybe it's those casual fans and the people that are just tuning in for, you know, it's on TV, or the little kids, or the older people. But the people that kind of were teenagers in the Attitude Era, I feel like it's not, I hate to shit on it because I shit on it constantly. But here recently, I've just kind of been like, dude, it's not for me anymore. Like, if people want to watch that and that's what they think pro wrestling is, dude, all the best to you. Enjoy Raw. I just can't personally like that shit. It's bad, man. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever go back. I think the company's gotten too big. I think it's too big to ever go back to the way it was.
No, you're right. But, you know, my thing was like, because I grew up, you know, with the 80s, early 90s wrestling, where you had the gimmicks and all that and the characters and shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite wrestlers was Doink. No matter how stupid he was, it was Doink. So, like, I got behind him because he was different. You know, people got behind Lex Luger, even though we know he couldn't wrestle for shit. But he was like, yo, you told us to get behind him. You gave him a push. We got behind him. Bret Hart, Owen Hart, it's like, you say who we get behind, we get behind them. We respected the bad guys when we got older, like Ted DiBiase, Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect. Now we like, yo, we see them for who they were. They were awesome wrestlers. Yep. At one point or another, they were allowed to be their character or themselves.
Yep.
Now we're not seeing that at all. Like I'll bring it back to Keith Lee. I'll even bring it to Ricochet. It's like, Ricochet is, I don't know who the fuck you think you want him to be, but it's wrong. This
it's
guy,
Hollywood make believe.
Yes,
it's Hollywood make believe.
Yes,
it's not. Let's make them be characters, dude. Look at Pac.
Yep.
Look, Neville, man. Neville was a fucking superhero joke, and now he's this fucking killer.
Yeah.
You know, like he's this like Birmingham, England killer, and there he's this just
little bitch,
bullshit little bitch. Yeah.
And I was telling them earlier, a couple weeks ago, Pac, when he was in WWE, I was like, he could fly, but I'm not like, there's nothing to him that I like. You know, he was the cruiserweight champion, big deal, whatever. Now he's in AEW. I'm like, yo, he's one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did this happen?
And he's got attitude.
Yes,
dude, he's got fucking attitude. When he comes out, you're like, dude, he's gonna throw some heaters in there.
Oh yeah, and he's smooth.
Like, those spinning back kicks he does. I'm like, how is he not decapitating dudes with those kicks?
Yeah. Andrade,
and then Neville, he's got his cape on, and it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah,
treating this guy like a clown.
Like, it's sad when you give more effort into Bad Bunny than you do in your actual wrestlers. You know that,
dude. The fact that you have Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler, who are in-ring bell-to-bell guys, dude, let them go. Give them a mic. Let them go. Those guys could be title contenders if they wanted to be, but they're just job guys. They just kind of go in, do a good match. Cesaro, okay. He doesn't have a person. I see everyone like, well, he doesn't have a personality. Let him be that. He doesn't need a personality if you let him just be that killer in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
No games.
And the crazy, the crazy shit. Like, have you ever seen him play with Xavier Woods when they're doing the Uno?
Yeah,
I think he's hilarious.
he is.
And when he was doing the spin, he got over just by spinning people. He didn't need to speak. I don't understand where people need to speak. The only people that need to speak.
There was a hot second where he was with Heyman.
Yes.
Like it was like a couple weeks they put Heyman with Cesaro, and I was like, thank you. Like, you're gonna put a mouthpiece with him. This guy's gonna be a killer. Like, make him that European assassin dude where he just comes down and kills dudes. But then they instantly pulled Heyman from him, and I'm like, God,
I think didn't Brock Lesnar come back, or they gave him Ryback or some shit?
I think Lesnar came back.
Yeah, but that was stupid though.
But so Paul can have another dangerous alliance. I mean,
exactly, one of the greatest factions of all time.
Yeah. Absolutely. We were talking about that a while back. Like, yo, you could have another dangerous alliance with these talented individuals. Yeah. Not Ryback. Anybody else. It could have been Brock, CM Punk, Cesaro. You know what I mean? Like, these guys that they're both talented, except for Brock. They're both talented on the mic. They can kind of pull it off. I mean, we've heard Brock talk. That's disrespectful to any promo game.
Yeah.
You should never do that.
That's awful.
You know what I'm saying? But mostly Punk can speak for them or Heyman. This is why you have him.
Well, look at Dangerous Alliance.
First time I was like, yo, can we hit Dangerous Alliance? Please tell me you're doing it. Nope.
Dude, the only dudes talking in Dangerous Alliance at that time was really Paul Heyman and Rick Rude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arn wasn't talking a whole lot in Dangerous Alliance. Bobby Eaton wasn't. Zabisco really wasn't. Nope. Even Steve Austin at that time when he was stunning Steve.
Yeah,
it was Rick Rude and Heyman who were carrying that faction.
That's what I was saying. Back in the day, the only people that ever talked were the world champion and like the Intercontinental champion and like the main storyline. Everyone else just came out and wrestled.
Right.
That's what it was. Like, I've never heard Brutus the Bar Beefcake say more than 3 sentences in any of his fucking promos, and those all shits were stupid.
Oh, they were simple. They were like, Hogan, what do you need?
Yeah. But
I'm sorry. I mean, how can I help you out?
But even then, like when Andre the Giant was cutting a promo on Hogan for WrestleMania 3, Roddy Piper was holding him through that, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. It was Bobby the Brain Heenan and Roddy Piper, and Andre the Giant was like, Hogan, I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. And that was it.
That's all you needed.
That's all I needed.
Yep.
But now everybody needs to be a doctor. Like, they need the PhD in talking. It's like, I don't get it. I don't need to hear you talk. I'm here to watch you wrestle.
You probably, I would say most of the time, to be the guy, the top guy, you need to talk. Most of the time. There's exceptions to the rule, but like, if you want to be the guy putting the asses in the seats, but not everybody gets to be champion. Roddy Piper never held the world title. Jake Roberts never held the world title. These guys were great on the stick.
Yep, 2 of the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine like a Jake the Snake promo now, the way he cut his promos, man. And you believed every second of everything he said. You're like, yo, I am really afraid of what he's saying. I feel this man is going to murder somebody sometime soon. And he wasn't the biggest. He wasn't jacked or nothing, but he was just really and he can wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of those guys you leaned into the TV.
Yep.
What's he saying?
Like he wasn't screaming at you like that, but your greed is your worst enemy.
Malachi Black has a little bit of that today.
Yeah, he does.
He has a little bit of that Jake vibe where you're like, he doesn't have to raise his voice a whole lot.
Who's that?
Malachi
Black.
Oh no, yeah. He definitely studied the game from that guy. Now I can see it in Malachi. You know, you remember when he was doing those stupid little like things in that room where nobody answered the door? Yeah. It was still dope because he was like, who's gonna come through that door?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell it was really reserved.
Yep.
You know, Jeff mentioned Raven and also Jungle Boy, but that brings me back to ECW. Taz wasn't the best talker in the world, but in the ring, he made it look like he was ready to kill you. You know, he almost killed a few people in there, but he was a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the thing, he might not have been the best talker, but what he did say, he said it with such fucking ferocity and intensity that you bought it. You were like, okay, like I'm in. This guy's gonna murder this dude.
Yeah, and they did none of that now.
I mean, when he said, "Survive if I let you," he believed it. If I let you survive, if I let you, I feel generous today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then the same thing with Raven was unfair for what he was, because he understood the game to a level that a lot of people didn't. Because his promo game was crazy. He could go, but I felt like his promo game was better than his wrestling. You know what I mean? In a way, like he would sit there and he really clicked with that whole Nirvana, teenage angst, family separated kind of vibe thing. You're like, he took that and said, "I own this." And then he had the cult that he had, like the people that followed him. They fucked that up in WCW, but whatever. But
it was still better than what they did in WWE.
And ECW was perfect. Like when he would just sit down, like he didn't give a shit, it was perfect. Because he dressed like he didn't give a shit. So it made everything flowed. Yeah. And it was intended. In
WCW, at least they tried to get a part of that in there with the Ravens flock. And he did have his promos. His character changed a lot because now he was a rich, spoiled kid in WCW.
I didn't like that. I didn't like when they did that.
I didn't either, but it was still some remnants of Raven. In WWF, it was put on a skirt and hit somebody with a trash can. That's all I need from you. There was none of that.
Same thing what they did to Matt Hardy when he went from broken in TNA to woken. Yeah, Matt Hardy in WWE. Like they are great at. I feel like it's just Vince McMahon sabotage syndrome, man, where he won't let someone else's idea get over.
I mean, the perfect example of that of all time is Zack Ryder.
Yep,
he got himself over online on YouTube clips, and they were like,
before anybody.
No, we need to get you over, bro. And this is exactly Zack Ryder, bro. I'm doing the work for you.
Yeah.
All you got to do is put me on TV. Give me a mic.
And I think Vince McMahon has this idea in his head that if you're over, you got to be champion. And that's why you can't be over unless you're who I say needs to be over. But if you're over, just put them on a TV spot. All we want to do is watch them wrestle. You know, like not everybody needs to be John Cena. And by the way, I don't know if you know this. I hate John Cena.
I do too.
I hate him with all my fucking passion and guts.
He ran me away from wrestling. On his rise up, I stopped watching wrestling for like 5-6 years.
I am learning this about you, Toe, today. I didn't know you were not a fan of Cena.
You know, it's you know, I don't say it often.
You hide it very well.
I don't say it often.
You hide it very well.
Because I'm supposed to be impartial. Well. Yeah. I'm trying to get him on the fucking show.
That's a fight. You know, it's funny. Every one of those moments that I would just stand here and go, "This is gonna be hilarious."
Yeah.
No. I would invite everybody just to come in and watch it. Like we're awesome. Like watch our reactions to what he says and how he says it.
So you and Kenny probably get along really well because I think Kenny loves Cena, right?
Yeah, today we were supposed to have, you know, are we gonna forgive Hogan? And it was gonna be me and Kenny going at it. Because I was gonna throw Cena in his fucking face, like if I was Randy Johnson in a 7-mile-per-hour fastball. You know what I'm saying? But Kenny had to do something, so we'll save that for another time. But I literally hate him, and I liked him when he was the Thugonomics.
Doctor of Thugonomics.
Yeah. It was new, it was edgy. And it was one of those, it was like, all right, you're not everyone else in here. And that's beautiful. And it brings out people's characters. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you came out with Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, you know, the Big Show, Edge. You had an ensemble, a team that can make that character shine. And then you turn into this fucking Marine where you can't even salute right. It's like, hold up, buddy. Hold up. What happened here? B-Rad is really a rich kid from the suburbs. He ain't never lived that life. Like, what happened?
Awful, man.
Yeah. And then we watch him wrestle, and like there's a video out there Show put out where I was talking about he couldn't take a rock bottom, and Show put out the clip of him taking a horrible rock bottom and then Hogan taking a perfect one. Like Hogan was 58 years old when he fought The Rock.
With a shit ton of back surgeries.
Yep. And he said, there goes Kenny right now in the fucking chat. I'm going to talk about John Cena, motherfucker.
Oh, he's about to get on.
Yeah. Hey, you got the link.
It's funny. There's a question for Chad right here.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Right, there's a question. Bro, Chad, in your opinion, tell me, do you think Walter would fit perfectly in I'm assuming it's all Japan Pro Wrestling in the 90s.
Oh, come on, Kawada. Kawada and Walter? Come on. Dude, that's like that's the stuff dreams are made of.
Absolutely.
Like, Walter in All Japan, early 90s. Who you got? You got the Four Pillars, man. Just throw him in there with any of the Four Pillars and he's gonna have a banger match. Yeah. Walter is one of my personal favorites in just WWE in general. I love Walter. That match with him and
Dragunov.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. By the way, props to Dragunov as well, because Dragunov was in there the whole way. Dragunov,
the kid's vicious.
He went through. Yeah, props to Dragunov, man. You know what I'm saying? But there you go, Randy. Yes. I knew the answer was going to be yes, but there you go, man. Yeah. It's funny because apparently Walter and Cesaro had a great thing in Europe, right?
Yeah.
And I hope it got taped because I want to watch that.
Didn't Walter have a match with Tyler Bate? Like that?
You did. Yes, you did. Banger.
That match was a banger.
Banger of a match, of course, because people forget how good Tyler Bate is.
Yeah, they haven't done a whole lot with him.
UK lately. Champ, the first, and forget how strong that guy. He ain't the biggest guy, but goddamn, is he good? You know what I'm saying? And once again, dropping the ball, not bringing him over, and promoting him right, because Vince, he's a little guy. Vince, he's a little guy.
Right.
Meanwhile, Vince was talking like, I should have signed AJ years ago.
AJ grew in Japan. That's what happened.
I should have signed him. He was talking. I should have signed him years ago. I was like, but he wrestled for your company twice,
right?
On Velocity and something else, on like Heat.
Yeah, yo.
Whatever, man. Okay.
Quick question from Pro Wrestling Podcast. This is from deep in the chat. If he's still here, hopefully he hears this. But he goes, yo, kind of going back to the second, third generation wrestlers and Benoit. Do you guys think David Benoit should keep his last name if he ends up wrestling?
Absolutely.
I think so. Yeah.
It's not his fault what happened.
That's his name.
That's his name.
You can't let somebody take your name from you,
To me, that is here's my reason why you should keep that name. Reclaim that shit. Like the Benoit name. I'm a Benoit fan. Obviously the last 2 days of his life, no one could take up for that. That's heinous. But like as the wrestler himself, I love Benoit. I think he was one of the best. But what he did sullied that name. So for his son if he would ever truly get into wrestling, that's his chance to take that name back and make it mean something positive again.
I agree. Good. And the fact that he looks exactly like his father. The fact that he looks exactly like his father.
I know, man.
There's no denying who that is. Kid that is. Like, that's your kid, son.
Yeah.
And that's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, the way I see this, man, go for it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do the name justice and do your thing, man.
I think wrestling fans, as divisive as wrestling fans can be, I feel like people would get behind him. I really do.
I think so too. Yeah, especially if he respects the business. You know what I'm saying? Like if he doesn't come out and suck,
right?
Like you got a big name to fill. You got shoes to fill. If he didn't kill his family, that's big shoes to fill. Regardless, and now you have to fix the name. You better put in the time and the energy, and that you better come out right with that shit.
I honestly don't think he'll ever wrestle. I don't. I think he wants to, but I don't think he has that. He's not a spring chicken. It's not like he's a 19-year-old kid. He's late 20s, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a late start in the game.
Yeah, and it's a very, like, Benoit's style was never not aggressive. It was really aggressive, but smooth, technically sound,
and powerful.
And that's hard to it's hard to match something like that when you haven't put in the work like Benoit did. I mean, he started. I forgot how young he started. I mean, but he was in New Japan at one point as a Pegasus kid.
Yeah, and even before that, I think he was wrestling Stampede Wrestling in Canada.
The Dungeon Training. So it's like, dude, wrestling ability alone,
but
you have a problem already. You know what I'm saying? Like you have, you know what I'm saying? Just like doing half of your father's moveset.
Now, here's the thing, though.
Snap suplex, dude.
Do you come out? Do you come out wrestling like your father, or do you come out wrestling like yourself?
I think you got to go yourself. Those are big shoes to fill. It's like LeBron's kid.
Yeah.
When LeBron's kid goes into basketball, do you think he's going to try and be? Dude, you can't step out of that shadow. It's even like Cody Rhodes. I mean, Dusty Rhodes looms large over Dustin and Cody.
Oh yeah. If it wasn't for Goldust, the Natural would have been stuck in mid-card WCW.
Yeah, I mean, and especially older school, like fans that are maybe even a little older than us, like that's just Dusty's kids.
Yeah.
They'll never be Cody and Dustin. That's just Dusty's kids. No matter how good they get, how good they are, how good they've been, that's Dusty's boys.
But on the contrary to that, like him wrestling now, there's a new generation of people that never heard of Benoit.
That's true.
That he can reclaim that name to something even better. And who's to say he doesn't have the natural talent from his father? And like Teddy Hart, he's a piece of shit. But from what I seen, this motherfucker had the ability to do some crazy shit that that no one in the Hart family could do.
Yep.
And like Charlotte Flair, when in NXT she was Charlotte. Now I feel like she's just the female version of Ric Flair. And especially with the bad attitude and the whole, I'm waiting for her to cut the promo, fire me. I'm already fired, like Ric Flair did in WCW. I'm waiting for that shit because that's what it's looking like.
Elbow drops on his suit.
Yeah, it's like once she turned into Ric Flair, it's like, all right, I'm not interested in you no more because you're not gonna be Ric Flair. You can only be you.
You said something. You said something really interesting, Toe. That you said about having parts of their. He would have parts of Benoit. Like if David came into wrestling, I feel like even without trying to be his dad, like if he wrestles his own style and no one knows his dad, so he doesn't have to live in that shadow to a certain sect of fans, there's going to be shit in him that's just innate. Like look at Brock Anderson. He's only had a handful of matches in AEW, but dude, there are certain little things that he does that aren't like he's doing them to do them. It's just these natural tendencies that he has. And you're like, fucking Arn used to do that. Yep. And it's just in him. It's not like he's trying to do them. They're just naturally coming out of him. So you would have those things show up in Benoit's son's matches that would be like, okay, you can't deny that. Even Brian Pillman Jr., dude, some of the matches,
I was about to say that.
Some of the moves he hits, you're like, I see Flying Brian there. I see the loose cannon.
When he did a cross body, and I was like that's his father versus Liger. I've seen that match so many times, and I'm like,
so good.
But the funny thing is, you can do it side to side, and it looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, their names are the Varsity Blondes,
and he's been putting on size too.
Nobody sees that. Nobody sees that. You know what I'm saying?
The more size Pillman Jr. puts on, the more and more he looks like his dad from early WCW.
Yeah.
Like, man, he's putting that size on.
The only thing I'm not seeing from his father is the character. Because he's still got a lot to work on for his character.
Let's remember this. Flying Brian was Flying Brian for a long time.
Yeah. He didn't turn into loose cannon
at the later part, unfortunately, of his life. But for a long time, he was like a light heavyweight, cruiserweight guy that could roll with the best of them. So let's remember that. And once again, I always say AEW just started. They're like wet behind the ears, simming like on their breath. They literally just got here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they when they were born, they were a big baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like
they were. They came out like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Section, like, we got to get you out of this body. Yeah,
Mama wasn't holding back. She was having all the meals.
It wasn't premature.
Yeah,
for sure.
For real. Yeah. You know?
It's funny. Pro Wrestling Podcast puts it up. If he does this at any point, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But you know something though?
Comparing to how things happen.
It's crazy because like to try to put yourself in his shoes. Like how does he see it? Like we see his father a certain way, but then like how does he see his father? Like we know that he still loves his father and he has to pay homage to his father somehow. And that's the conflict that's probably not gonna touch base with the fans that knew Benoit. It's like it's either you put the fact that he killed his entire family and himself to the side and go, you know what, this is nostalgic Benoit, or you hold it against his son that your father killed the entire family and himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, and if I'm gonna pay homage to my father, I'm doing it.
Oh, I'm definitely doing it.
I may not do the diving headbutt because I ain't trying to get CTE when I'm like 40 something years old, but I'm doing this. I'm doing something.
Yeah. I mean, we got the Lucha Bros doing the Eddie.
Yeah.
The Amigos, but everybody does it at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Eddie,
half that pay-per-view did that.
Either Eddie's birthday or when he passed away, everybody does it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then Punk even said this is for Eddie. You know what I mean?
Jericho did it. Jericho did the frog splash to finish that match.
Yep.
I mean, it was a good effort. I would leave that to Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
The young blood there can actually do he can kill it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of all those guys, though.
Oh no!
Probably
I mean,
the guy.
There's that link is
Jericho has more of a connection with him than the Phoenix is. He was in the trenches with him in the mid '90s in WCW. Like,
I mean, New Japan.
Yeah.
The New Japan ties, ECW, Mexico.
Yep.
People forget that Jericho was in Mexico a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's where he got the Lionheart, right? That's where he got the Lionheart moniker.
People forget about that. Like, I mean, he really paid his dues. And everybody forgets, like, oh, he showed up on a Raw one day.
Nope.
No, son. That man went everywhere. And then went to WCW, got disrespected. Then went to WWE, got disrespected in a way,
Then New Japan. Then, the
absolutely.
guy's been everywhere.
And the man just, his ability to evolve is amazing. I respect the shit out of Jericho for that.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about it before we started the podcast. This is something I was going to bring up to Kenny. And depending on when he gets it, but I'm just going to say it. Jericho is one of 3, maybe if you count Christian, 4 people that went to another company and made that actually became the reason why that company became popular. So Hogan did it with WCW. Not saying that WCW wasn't popular, but Hogan was the catalyst for them competing with the WWE, especially for like Monday Night Raw and the NWO and all that. Kurt Angle, when he went to TNA, made TNA as big as it was. Christian also did it when Christian almost opened up the crack in the door and Kurt Angle busted that shit open. That's why I said if you count Christian, it'll be 4, but Jericho did that with AEW. And it was like those are that's a special breed of wrestler right there to do that.
Yeah.
Because
I would say a name you could throw into that, Terry Funk in ECW.
Yes.
Terry Funk was the one that legitimized ECW when it was just a bunch of he was the legend that was like, oh shit, they got Terry Funk. So in the early days of ECW, of course they branched out, started making their own way, but those early days of ECW, I feel like Funk brought the eyes.
You gotta have that legit guy. Yeah, you gotta have a legit guy that's like, he's old school, but he verifies what we're doing.
And also,
he was like a king of death matches too, and that helped. Because that was their thing. You have a barbed wire match with the ropes. You're like, You gotta have a guy that's been in the trenches doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I hate to leave early. I got an early fucking day tomorrow, man.
Hey, man. I'm
Sounds
happy
good.
that
I'd
you
love
was
to
here.
do it again.
Yo,
I'd love to do it again.
You and everyone else from the Turnbuckle Tavern, if you want to shout out your podcast and all, I was watching your podcast early that you had before you got on here. You can. You guys are always welcome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely come back on, man. You guys are always welcome to come on the debate anytime. I had a blast. If anybody wants to check out Turnbuckle Tavern, just search Turnbuckle Tavern on Apple or Spotify. Check us out. We got a bunch of stuff over there you might enjoy.
Yeah.
And thanks again, guys. I had a blast.
Hey, man, awesome. I appreciate you stopping by.
This stuff is money, man. Check it out for real.
Yeah,
man. Awesome.
They just did an interview with the Mattel representative, a guy that does the Mattel figures.
Yeah, he does all the elites. His name's Steve Ozer. They just did a Sneed and Mike and Tom. We have Fig Night every Thursday at 8 p.m. And then we have a debate show on Mondays.
Dope.
And we have an interview tomorrow with the IWC World Heavyweight Champion Bulk Nasty. That's the independent promotion that Wardlow, Britt Baker, all of those people came out of. So check that out.
Nice.
Cool, guys. Thank you. We'll do this again. This was fun.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully it wouldn't be having so many problems so everybody can figure
it out.
Yeah.
Thank you coming through, brother. Much appreciated, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I had a blast. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too, brother.
Be safe, man.
All right. Yo, that was fun. I ain't gonna lie. Fun,
yeah. I mean, it was that us vibe is like, he said the moment they both cursed, I was like, okay, we got it.
Oh yeah, I told them. I told them, was like, yo, there's no rules here. If you hate somebody, hate somebody. We'll let you rant. I even told them, like, if you want to rant, go ahead. We'll let you do it. We love that shit. The link to the Turnbuckle Tavern YouTube channel is in the chat right now. Appreciate them from coming by. If Kenny pops on, we could continue talking. But yeah, to go back to David Benoit, I don't see a problem with him wrestling or doing his. If that's what he wants to do, if in his heart he wants to be.
Yeah, if he's there passion, I agree.
Yeah, but if
he's like. If he's 100% like, yo, I want to do this, brother, please do.
Yep.
Don't let nobody stop you.
Yep.
No matter what anybody says about the name or whatever, bro, it's in your heart, it's in your soul. You want to do it, go about it, brother. But don't do it half-hearted though.
Definitely, yeah. If it's some like Curtis Axel, where it's like you're trying to be your father, but you're not. It's like, all right. I liked Curtis Axel. I'm not gonna lie to you. In NXT, I liked him when it was that game show shit. But they buried the shit out of him. They did, man. He had the talent to wrestle and do all that shit. But I
mean, I could see that. You know what I mean? He didn't help himself with that name, but McGillicuddy, whatever the fucking name.
Yeah, Michael McGillicuddy.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
No. You could have been anything Henning.
Yeah, anything, and then he did the Curtis Axel, and it was his grandfather.
Like a mixture of the names.
It was like a Rocky Maivia type shit.
But they're funny, but even The Rock dropped the Rocky Maivia shit and just became The Rock.
Yep.
So clearly it worked for one. You should probably take consideration not to go through the lineage that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like not go through the lineage that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
it was strange times for Curtis Axel.
No, for real. All right, yo. Since we're here, let's talk about Full. You seen Fugi, right? I know you were talking about the Darby Allin and MJF match.
Yes, sir.
But the tag team match, I didn't realize one of them was knocked out in the beginning of the match. I forgot FTR.
Yeah, before she gets his name.
Is it Cash Wilder?
Wilder.
Yeah,
right? Wilder.
The other one.
Dax.
Yeah. Well, and
he got concussed like right away.
Yeah, and that's why they put on the mask so that way this dude could take the pin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting like, why is the commentators acting like they don't know what's going on? And then you hear that like, oh, they didn't know what was going on. This was just, they put some shit together and they roll with it.
And apparently Ray got some heat because he concussed him and didn't check on him afterwards.
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix. Like, he got heat for it. Like, yo, well, usually, what you do is, like, Booker T got the same thing for Austin when he first appeared that first night and they put him to the table. He didn't go check on Austin to make sure he was okay. That's like an unwritten rule in wrestling. Like, when you do something to somebody, right, and see they're kind of like, you go check on them. So it's apparently Phoenix got some heat on him because of that, It'll blow over, but, it's still a fun match. It was enjoyable. I had a great time watching it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so did I. Caps in the chat goes, I don't know if you know, but WWE just released more people, Hit Row, John Morrison, Tegan Knox, and others. Yeah, our guest, the Turnbuckle Tavern, came in with that news.
Yeah, I came back from the thing, and they were like, yo, it happened. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What did I just missed the releases?
I told them when you left, I was like, they must have just found out Hit Row was black. You see his reaction? That's exactly what they did. But it's like, come on, man.
They were literally the hottest thing on NXT.
Yeah, they were.
As a group of
4.
Then you get rid of the girl, like get rid of BFAB. And now you completely wipe it out. If you did that because of top dollar, you're pieces of shit. But you piece of shit anyway. I don't get it. I'll be able to go to the bathroom, but I just want to say one thing. Wherever they land, especially Swerve, because Swerve is 2 things. Awesome on the mic, he has a lot of charisma, but most importantly, amazing in that ring. Swerve, New Japan or AEW, do it.
Nice. I was gonna say, it's crazy how with the lack of women on the roster or the use of women on the roster, you get rid of BFAB, who just came up with Hit Row. It's like you could have did something with her. Like that could have been an extra woman on the roster that you use just to showcase the women. Even if she doesn't wrestle, at least now you have women being representative on the show. It's weird. And then, like we said earlier, Tegan Knox earned 3 WWE Women's Tag Team title shots. Never got a title shot. They break her up with Shotzi, and now she's gone. Where Tegan Knox literally destroyed both of her knees in the Mae Young Classic 2 years in a row for this, and then you hire her. She does awesome in NXT. She comes up, doesn't even she has two tag team matches, doesn't even have any time to shine in the main roster. I'm talking about Tegan Knox. And then you put her in the back and don't do nothing with her. Yep. Tegan Knox is an amazing wrestler. She can wrestle Toni Storm and have awesome matches, shit that we ain't never seen on Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair level type, ingenuity, or just on that spectrum where we see it's a different style of match that we're used to with these women, and you get rid of her. It's like, yo, do you not like the women?
I mean, it seems like that. It's like it's literally like you don't like women, and you don't like anyone that's over 30.
Yeah, yo, Cap said it's her fault for not being able to get over, despite the fact that she's never on TV. She needed to make a YouTube channel and get over like Matt Striker did.
That's a good point by Pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love how they fired Drake Maverick last year, had him fight back for his contract, put him in a tag team, fire his tag team partner, does some cringy shit with 24/7 title, and now they fire him again. Yeah. He cried to get back and did nothing. They did nothing with him. This is what I'm saying. Honestly, if we had another pro wrestler in here, I would want to ask him this question, but I wouldn't expect him to answer it truthfully, because who would want to bury themselves? You know what I'm saying? It would be kind of stupid, to be honest, in a situation like this. But it's why would you want to go to WWE? Unless you're drop dead gorgeous to the point where Eva Marie type, even though she's not, but just to the point where it's Eva Marie, where we're gonna try to attack more horny fucking teenagers to watch because of that. Or your John Cena build, unless you're Braun Strowman, because I don't know any more prototypical type of guy that Vince would like as a wrestler. What's the point? Yeah, what's the point of being there?
You'll be underappreciated, underutilized, and you'll waste some of your best years there.
Yeah, yo, Braun Breaker.
If not your best.
Yeah, Braun Breaker is gonna win the NXT title, right? And I foresee him going to the main roster after he wins the NXT championship. It's gonna be something fast. They're gonna be on there for 2 minutes, and next thing you know, he's gonna be fucking tag teaming with Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be a waste of his fucking time. And everybody's like, he needs to go to AEW. The only reason why everybody that gets fired needs to go to AEW is because at least they're gonna give him an opportunity. That's pretty much all. That's pretty much all we're asking for you to do is give these guys an opportunity to fucking wrestle.
Yep.
To do what they showed us to do. They're doing. I don't know who joined us because I can't see.
I think that might have been Kenny.
Might have been Kenny, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah, it's.
I mean, it's frustrating in the sense because you want to enjoy something that you enjoyed so long ago and for so often that we would watch Raw religiously. Like, I gotta catch Raw, and then you miss like what happened on Raw. You talk to people, you know what I mean. But now you're like, I don't even care.
Yeah,
because nothing is cohesive, as the gentleman on the tavern made a great point about, and it's like you change stories every 2 seconds.
Yep.
Why should I give a fuck?
For real. Hey, what's going on, Kenny?
What is going on? It's good, sir.
Chilling. Yo, real quick, Cap said WWE is acting like there is no competition. Like there's no competition from any other organization. And Pro Wrestling Podcast said, I guarantee nobody is happy there. They're doing it with emotions. I can see that.
They're just there for the money at this point.
No, yeah, for real.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Like the releases there, I was like, how did you get rid of most possibly behind the Bloodline and the New Day, your best fraction, in the words of Shep?
Yeah.
No, listen, how do you make $257 million, $62 million from like events alone, the Saudi shit or whatever, and then you say everything is a budget cut to you?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's one hell of a budget, even though you're making more money than ever did before.
You're making more money than AEW.
Mm-hmm.
You know, AEW is producing better shows, but you're making more than they are. But they're signing more and more people.
Yep. It's like illogically, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And you have your production value is amazing. We've seen it. But yet your in-ring product is ass.
Yeah, it's horrible. Look at the shit. Look at Monday's show. It was a go-home show. It was bad. Like,
yeah.
Like, show fell asleep. I was falling asleep because I was tired, and I normally am up when we're doing Monday nights, and it was just like I was literally counting down the time, and then you jumped on, and I was just like, oh, thank God, because it gives us more entertainment than anything else. Because Jesus Christ,
your lack of excitement is what I was like, yo.
Man.
So this is wrong because you guys, like I heard, like I said, I heard one or two, like, oh, back down to where you guys started when the show started. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, as you were saying too. I'm sorry. Just
No, for real. And at like 9:15, I remember I did this. I looked at the clock. I said, "Fuck, how are we gonna survive another hour of this shit?"
Like, my wife can't. Like, I want, like, it was around that time. It was like 9:30, and I was like, "I'll be right back." And I was like, literally was like putting the kids to bed because I was like, I know my wife could do it, but I was just like, "Fuck it, let me just do it," because I needed to like get up and like, it's like,
wake up, yeah.
It's so bad. So I have a ticket for Monday Night Raw for this Monday, right? And I literally like put it online. I was like, hey, does anybody like want this ticket? And everybody said no. That's like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good. And mind you, I'm selling it. I was selling the ticket under face value. Like I wasn't even asking for the full amount.
Jesus.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Like we spoke about it earlier, right? Do you remember back in the days when it would be Survivor Series season?
Yes.
Right? The SummerSlam, WrestleMania, right? The big four, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was telling Toe, right, that like we're gonna do the Friendsgiving thing, right? I'm like, yo, there's something I like want to talk about or like predict there, but I don't know what it is. And then he said it. He goes, "Oh, Survivor Series." I go, "Shit, he's right." I completely forgot about it because two things: it doesn't matter.
Nope.
And then you promote it. Oh, you don't promote it at all.
You wait 2 weeks before it happens to start actually fucking naming matches.
And then you the matches you make are ass because you just drafted everybody. Good call.
Look at the
and
whole.
You just like, but what's the stakes in this?
Look at the whole women's Raw team.
Mm-hmm.
They were all on SmackDown 2 weeks ago. About a month ago, they were all on SmackDown trying to freaking fight Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch back and forth to try and get the title.
The same thing for the Raw team. If it wasn't for Bobby Lashley, there would be no one from Raw on the Raw team.
Yep. And you want me to give a shit when you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. So since we're talking about Survivor Series, Kenny, I was watching your show with the Dirty
Heels.
The Dirty Heels.
Yeah.
And one of them said that he thinks that the mystery tag partner is gonna be Brock.
Yes.
And not for nothing, I don't see that happening. But I think that would be a crazy thing to finally have Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley in the ring together.
That's what, and you know what? And I would love to see that. I would love to see those two go at it. You know what I mean? Supposedly Brock Lesnar is going to be on SmackDown tomorrow. So I don't know. He said he's getting a ticket and he's going to be ringside. So there's either two things. He either is on Team SmackDown and we finally get to see Brock versus Bobby, or we're going to see Roman Reigns lose on Sunday because Brock Lesnar is going to interfere somehow, some way, cost him the match, and that's going to be it. Like, but I feel like Brock Lesnar is going to be there. Like, I'm more confident in Brock Lesnar being there at Survivor Series than The Rock being there at all. And that was the whole reason why I got a ticket to Survivor Series, was to see if The Rock was going to show up, because like that's like one of my favorite people's to see, even if he's just far away, he's not wrestling. Like, I still want to be like, oh my God, The Rock is here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
You want to be electrified.
Exactly.
One of the biggest moments of the year. Well, yeah, one of the biggest moments of the year.
Like, I was there for Punk's, return, first pay-per-view. Got to see Adam Cole debut, come out, Brian Danielson, come out and stuff like that. So it'll be nice, 25-year anniversary, see The Rock, give me that feeling back. I was through COVID era all this time, and you're teasing me with all this stuff.
Yep.
We got to see Grand Slam, which was amazing. Got to see that live. And I'm AEW is they spoiled me a little bit,
Yeah. And the crazy shit is they're not doing anything that's fucking like out of this world, fucking spectacular. They're just letting these wrestlers be them. Mm-hmm. And if it catches on, it catches on. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Fuck it, but try it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like they're literally living by what's the worst that can happen.
Yeah. It's like, if we fuck up, we fuck up. Like, all right.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
What did Tony Khan's father say? He goes, hey, if you blow the money now, at least I get to see it.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's the only reason why we have AEW. It's not because of Tony Khan, because it wasn't his money. It's because of his dad. Because his dad said, well, you know what? It's going to go to you and your brother and your sister regardless. You know what I mean? So I might as well just give it to you now, you know, rather than when I'm dead and you just be like, okay, well, now dad's gone. I could just fucking Tony Montana this shit, put a bunch of coke on the table and snort the motherfucker. Because that's what's gonna happen to Nick Khan. I'm sorry. He's gonna get fired from WWE. They're gonna sell the company. They're gonna let him go. You know, they're gonna most likely sell it to Disney, and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
Agreed. I can see that.
Yo, how do you feel about they mentioned Shawn Michaels and Triple H buying Ring of Honor? How do you feel about that idea?
I would love that idea. Just the simple fact is like they have that mind frame of what the fans actually want, and they gave it to us in NXT. You know what I mean? So like, if they was to come together and actually buy the company, like, then that would be great. Because even before when they were saying, you know, like that Triple H and Stephanie should like be the ones to run the company, what happened like a couple of months after that when they just that build kept going. All of a sudden Shane McMahon comes out of nowhere, he comes back, and then he stood for a while, and then he started wrestling, and then he couldn't take it no more, and then he leaves. You know what I mean? But who's still there? Triple H. And then they're like, okay, well, your son-in-law most likely when you die is gonna take over. He's like, oh, your son-in-law's brand of what he's doing is way better than your two top shows. Okay, you know what? No problem. I'll take care of that. Hey, listen, I'm gonna handle all the top guys in NXT, and you can handle all the mid-card guys in NXT. But wait a minute, but they're all top stars. Oh, so I guess you know you're not gonna do anything then. It's okay.
Get Johnny Ace in here.
Me and Bruce will take over, and that's great.
Yeah, and again, he's not doing nothing out of this world. He's just letting them be them.
Mm-hmm.
Letting them be them.
These people have personalities.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, I watched Dynamite earlier today, and Bobby Fish cut that promo, and he was like, and that's and the Young Bucks cut him. I was like, nah, you can't do that here. You can't do that. He was about to do that. It's undisputed, and he even did it. He was like, yeah, I can't do that.
No.
That was kind of dope.
But then but that goes into the whole being the elite thing. Yeah. Where like they play off of that stuff. You know, and Tony said it over the weekend. He was just like, you know, I watch, you know, being the elite, and I get ideas from them to put into other storylines, you know, in like Dynamite and Rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's working.
Absolutely.
Yo, Cap said that AEW has to watch out. A roster too big will hurt them more than they think. And I could see that because there's a lot of people that they show on Dark that they're not showing on Dynamite or Rampage.
So you know, so like, you know, like to go with Cap's question is like, yeah, if they get too much of a bigger roster, like it will hurt them because like right now WWE let go of like 72 talent for the year, right? But if you look at their roster list, they're like 215 still talent that they still have.
Jesus.
And we only see maybe 20 of those talents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every week. Like the rest of them are just like sitting around waiting for a phone call. Like, oh, okay, like, oh, today's the day that I get to.
I mean, you got to remember with AEW, they should focus on the 4 pillows.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, the 4 pillows, yeah.
4 pillows.
That's what JR called them during the
pillows,
fucking yeah.
I was like, well, excuse me? I was like, yeah, I got pillows now?
Yeah.
What? 4 of these.
Oh, I didn't know MJF was in your house.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Darby.
But yeah, maybe that's where the budget cut comes in. They don't have to order so much for catering.
But you know how, but I give it to AEW because what they do is that they don't fire people because they don't want to be the WWE type to be like, hey, we let you go, right? What they do is that they give you a contract depending on what it is. They call it like a level 1. So a level 1 contract is like the guys you see on Elevation and Dark. right? Level 2 is the people that you see on Dynamite and Rampage, right? So once your contract is up, they can either renew it or they could just say, okay, well, thank you. And that's exactly what they've been doing for the last couple of months, is just signing people to a level 1 and then just saying, okay, well, your contract is up. I'll see you later. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make them look like a bad guy, because now all these people will go and say like, oh yeah, I was signed to AEW, but my contract ran out and I went somewhere else.
Yeah.
So they don't look like the bad person.
And it sucks because you do the whole you got the non-compete clause. And I understand that for someone like a John Cena or like Roman Reigns, where you don't want them to immediately show up somewhere else and just start bringing ratings to another organization. But for like Malachi Black, John Morrison, Karrion Kross, people that we see, but you don't do nothing with, you don't give a shit about them. What's the point? Like, what's the point? Honestly, because I understand why they cut John Morrison, but then again, I don't understand why they cut him. Like, you bring him back just for The Miz? Yeah, like, he was supposed to be somebody a lot different when he came back. He even said it, and then The Miz needed help, so he just came back as the same fucking guy from 2005.
And now look,
Well,
the Miz
team that didn't help.
The Miz went to Dancing with the Stars right now, and he's in Europe, fucking miserable right now because his wife is here in the States, and she's like trying to get all her stuff back to wherever they live.
Damn fucking people. And later, answer your question. When he was Johnny Drip Drip, it helped until Seth Rollins became Seth Drip Drip, Seth Drippy. My man just took his name right from under him. It's like, damn.
I don't think that's for under him. I think he literally just said, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
I have more stroke here.
Yeah. And now my man is a meditating motherfucker.
Well, now he's unemployed.
No, yeah. He got plenty of time to meditate now.
Who
Morrison.
Yeah, he's still with the company.
No.
He was one of them released.
They released a couple of people, bro. They just released some people.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Hit Row is gone.
The whole entire Hit Row?
The entire Hit Row is gone.
Hold on. Are you serious?
Yeah, John Morrison is gone. Drake Maverick is gone.
Oh my God, I'm looking at this right now.
Yeah, 8 people are gone.
Tegan Knox is gone?
Tegan Knox.
Slapjack. Drake Maverick, he finally ended up leaving. Wow. Yeah. You know what? I was busy doing other things, so I really didn't see this. Because if not, I would have like, oh my God.
Yeah, our friends at the Turnbuckle Tavern, they came in during the podcast while we were talking, and they came in with
So Johnny Morrison, Top Dollar, Isaiah Swerve Scott, I guess him and his wife now, they're gone. Shane Thorne, thank God Shane Thorne fucking got released. Holy shit. Thank you, Lord. If this man can go back to being what he was and being fucking dominant. Jesus Christ. Drake Maverick, man, I feel sorry for him just to get released. And Isaiah Swerve Scott, he's going to be good. I can see him going to Impact Wrestling and fucking killing it there. Tegan Knox, I feel bad for her because she has those 2 knee injuries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she literally was trying to battle herself back.
It's 3 days away from her birthday.
That's right, motherfuckers. And you use Johnny Morrison throughout the whole time in the European tour, and then you let him, motherfuckers. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy, bro. That is fucking crazy.
Of course, here we go with John Laurinaitis saying it's budget cuts.
Yeah.
It's not you, kid. It's budget cuts. Fucking assholes.
People power.
Yeah.
That's something. So you know what's fucked up about this? And now that I'm reading all this now, because I didn't know anything. I was like, wait a minute, Johnny Morrison, he's in Europe right now, right? And you guys tell me no, is that Top Dollar was going so hard for WWE and was killing people in AEW for wearing fake sneakers and all this shit. I could only imagine if the Young Bucks would say anything about this.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, the guy, Chad from the Turnbuckle said, he was like, yo, he said the same thing. He was like, yo, he was getting at him so hard. Now what does he do? I said TNA.
Yep.
Or New Japan.
Yep.
On your way.
That's like Marlon when he was in that movie with Tupac, Above the Rim. Remember, yes. he was going hard for that team. And then what did Tupac do? Push them to the side when they got fresh people, and he wasn't even, they didn't even care about him no more.
Shit.
Damn. You know, if Liv Morgan wasn't a part of the SmackDown, the Raw team, they would have let her go too, right? It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that Dana Brooke is still not on that list is amazing.
Yo, I don't know if I should say this on the air.
Go ahead. If anybody got beef, I said this shit. What's good?
Because I'm at work right now. I don't want to say it too loud. But I don't know whose dick she's sucking backstage. Because god damn, man, how the fuck are you still here? Like, you're the least talented. First of all, you're the least talented superstar on that fucking roster. Lana had more fucking charisma and style than you did, and you still there.
Yo, the 2 Mondays ago, remember when they cut that promo in the locker room and Doudrop was like, yo, if Becky got past Bianca, why the fuck haven't y'all? Like, why am I not getting the opportunity to fight for the title? And Dana Brooks came out with her same shit, different decade fucking talk. I was overlooked so many. Like, all right, this is the 5th time you're coming up with that. There's a reason you're overlooked. You suck. Corey Graves even said it.
I remember Cho completely saying, like, yo, listen, yeah, you've been overlooked because you're no good. You suck.
Yeah.
You that's why you're always overlooked. Why are you still here?
They gave you more opportunity than they gave Zack Ryder, and Zack Ryder literally fucking made himself famous on YouTube and can wrestle.
Shit, they let go of Jason Riker. I know everybody's happy about that one.
It's funny. Now they got rid of him.
Now, his Trump supporting us.
I don't.
She looked like Redfish from the Mario game. Oh shit, with them big ass lips. Yeah, man. Damn, son. but yeah, I mean, listen. Well, I'm not even gonna say that. Fuck that, man. You kiss my dick. Yo, she's not making the best out of any opportunity they give her to be in that ring, and she was like, people backed her in the beginning. It was like, yo, give people a shot. She begged for one and like, give her a shot. They gave her a shot, and we thought they buried her. They gave her another shot, same shit. You come out and have a shitty match with Shayna with Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler about to break your arm, and the only thing that saved your career was Doudrop, and Shayna Baszler had an awkward fucking stare down for 20 minutes. So it's like, come on, how many times do you need an opportunity?
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I'm with
you. Crazy. Drake Maverick put out another video. You remember the last video he did when he got fired?
Yeah, when he's crying and shit.
Yeah, he put out, he did another one. I mean, he's a good guy. He'll be all right. He's gonna end up going back to
TNA
Progress, and I think he'll do better like overseas than anything else. I don't think he'll fit what Impact is doing now, because Impact. Let me tell you something. Impact has too many hitters right now. Like, they have way too many stars that are coming in. You got Braun coming in. You got Buddy Murphy coming in. Kurt Hawkins was his name. Brian Myers is his real name. Brian Myers is like doing like all the behind the scenes stuff. Plus he's wrestling. Like it's Impact is going to be something to worry about once February comes and all the other people who got released finish their 90-day. I don't listen. They better start hustling now.
Oh yeah. But yo, it's literally like, yo, if another billionaire wanted to fucking start a wrestling company, he got enough talent to do it now. On that market, ROH alone, he got enough talent to start his own wrestling company.
And to successfully do every division properly.
Yeah.
Mid-card, women's, men's, women's mid-card, everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a shit show, man. And it's funny because then you do that, right before Survivor Series, and you want me to watch that shit?
Now I don't feel like fucking going.
Yeah.
If I didn't pay the money, like I would have been like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm staying home.
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
gonna go watch Home Alone. You know what I mean? And just read the results of freaking of Survivor Series, because this is crazy.
Yeah. And I guarantee you Peacock's gonna fuck something up. Because Peacock always fucks up something when there's a big fucking pay-per-view.
And the funny thing is, right, you Hit Row were part of a tag team battle royal.
Mm-hmm.
What do you bring up, MSK or something?
That's what they're gonna end up doing. They're probably gonna bring up MSK next after Survivor Series, and then mess them up too.
Because they don't know that one of them is black.
And then they're gonna end up going back to freaking Impact Wrestling.
And shit, man. But yo, Kenny, going to AEW. I know you wanted to say something about Daniel Bryan's promo with cowboy shit.
That shit was trash. Like I did not like that promo at all. It felt so like mid to me. Like it's just like the match he had with Miro on Full Gear.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was more WWE type of a match to me than anything else.
Yeah.
Like the match he had with Evil Uno right after he cut that promo with he did that segment with Dark Order and Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah.
That was the Bryan Danielson that we've been seeing the last couple of weeks. That shit that he gave us on Saturday, I have no idea what that was.
Yeah.
That was straight WWE. I don't know who's hurt or who said I can't do what between him and Miro, but
yeah,
they need to get it together. That match, I was like, okay.
That promo was like on Dynamite was all Daniel Bryan. That wasn't Bryan Danielson. That was Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was gonna start talking about the environment and shit.
I thought so too. And then the promo that he cut after the match, and he said like, I'm gonna kick everybody's ass from the Dark Order every week until I get to you. I was like, okay, this is a little better. Like this is showing your heel tactic. Bryan Danielson, American Dragon, when he like that I seen in the indies. You know what I mean? Like that's what everybody wants to see, not the other shit you just gave us a few minutes ago.
You know, it's crazy when he started talking. I remember vividly in my head. I was like, "This is the reason why I don't like Daniel Bryan. This was the exact reason why I didn't like him in WWE. And he does this shit again. I'm not gonna like him in AEW. You guys heard me. I was like, yo, I gave him his props when we saw it in Arthur Ashe Stadium. You know, I was giving him this guy can go. This is what I'm seeing. All right, I'm finally seeing what y'all see in him. Mm-hmm. He keeps doing this shit. Blinders are gonna go right back on. He's gonna be Charlotte Flair to me. All honesty, bro. All honesty. Like you didn't have a problem cutting a promo on Omega, on anyone else that on Hobbs, or anyone else that you wrestled. Fucking Eddie Kingston. But now the new champion, you have to turn into a bad guy. Like, why does he need a heel to wrestle?
I don't know.
Hangman Adam Page turned around and basically said, I'm gonna defend this shit every fucking day if I have to. I'm gonna be a real champion. Why do you need to be a heel? Just come out. I want to fight. I want a title shot. Did I earn one? No, but I want a title shot. But you come out here like you're better than everybody. Like you're trying to pull the Rob Van Dam I belong in WWE shit when he was in ECW.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work when he was in WWE. Like, what the fuck, bro? This is the shit I don't like about wrestling. How do you just walk up in here and get a title shot? You beat...
Lethal.
True. Honestly, I have nothing against... Like, I have nothing to defend Jay Lethal on that. But it's like, how do you just walk in here? Like, yes, you won a tournament. So you're a number one contender. but you walked up in here on some now I'm a bad guy. Bro, the match was set already. Why do you... I just fucking... I'm starting to hate this nigga, and he's starting to get on my list. He's like very close to being another John Cena to me, bro.
Whoa.
Like very fucking close.
The Pro Wrestling Podcast said the TNT title is an open challenge championship, though. Like you're able to challenge anybody. You can ask for a title shot, and the champion can accept it.
That's true.
So it's kind of like the Benoit thing I was talking about. Like he would defend it every night, no matter who. Not the John Cena Open Challenge. Go fuck that. I'm talking about that one.
Yeah.
So, bro, thank you for the point with that.
That's true.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yo, did you just arrive and challenge somebody out of left? But it makes sense. I get it. He didn't win it anyway. So whatever.
Yeah.
But great match, though. Great match, as you were saying.
But I wanted to see more of him.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Jay Lethal. I felt like that was more of a let's showcase that he can wrestle,
Right.
and then we'll show his character later on.
You're gonna see more of him regardless. Like, I think like after this, you're gonna see him like on Elevation and like Dark and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to get him used to the system that they have, because like believe it or not, when you look at it, like AEW is coming with their own system now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you could debut on Dynamite and showcase yourself, and then you have to go through that gauntlet of Elevation and Dark. Like, how long has Dante Martin been with the company? And now they're starting to showcase him more on Dynamite. But if you look, he's been on Elevation and Dark so many freaking, like, almost every week.
Yeah. It's funny because I can't wait to see the Jay Lethal promos and Jay Lethal's personality come through.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Jay Lethal is really good at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I was excited for. When he came out, it was like, oh shit, okay, now we just need Keith Lee in this motherfucker, and I'll be 100% right. And I'll throw it in all y'all motherfuckers' faces.
I was I don't know why, like every time I was like seeing Jay Lethal, I was like, in my mind, it's still cutting to that time he was doing the Ric Flair promos.
Yes,
because he kind of just like it just naturally comes out, and that's what he sounds like. He's about to start doing this, and it's like, oh boy, here we go. But I love Jay Lethal, even though he had all these little allegations. I can't say little, but he had some major allegations against him, and I'm just like, okay.
Wait, what kind of allegations he had against him?
I think he was like sexually harassing another talent that was working. They were working together. I gotta look more into that. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't know too much about it, but it's all over. Like, it's all over Twitter and stuff like that.
Damn. Shit. Yeah. So I guess we got to talk about Survivor Series. Well, how'd you guys feel about Full Gear, real quick?
First and foremost, first match was unfair to everybody on that card.
Mm-hmm.
Those two guys came out and said, "Fuck all of you in the back, match us." And
it was honestly, okay.
Nobody, and honestly, like match wise, like actual wrestling wise, nobody did.
Yeah, that's true.
With all due respect to everybody on that card. It's a humble opinion of mine. Darby and MJF came out that night and said, "We're kicking doors down and waving all kinds of 4-4s."
Yeah.
And MJF was very creative, almost a little, like I said before, almost a little Canyon. Why? Creative with the moves. And then Darby, he doesn't care about his life, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, when he did that diving tackle that I saw, I right away thought of Bray Wyatt and his cross-body thing that he does. Because it was like eerily the same, but amazing match. Lucha Brothers, loved it. I felt like the women's match went a little too long, which is weird.
Yeah.
I felt the same way.
I feel like it should have been cut down.
Yeah, at least if not half, maybe 2/3 of that match should have been the length.
The buy-in tag match.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good. With Sheeta, Thunder Rosa, Jamie Hayter, and Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose, yeah, that was good. The tag team match I loved, but it's unfortunate that the Dax got his bell rung early.
Yeah,
but it was still, the match was still good for what it was. You know what I mean?
But that's typical. That's typical FTR. Like they have a good couple of months, and then one of them messes up, and they either get hurt or that happens.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently the thing is on Ray Phoenix. Phoenix apparently fucked up.
They always listen. They always blame it.
And then he didn't check on Dax in the back, so he got heat for that. Because
Listen, they always blame the other talent for your fuck up. If you get hurt in WWE multiple times, this is not the first time he's being knocked out before. Okay, there's been other times when he was in WWE and in NXT where he got knocked out. So come on, is everybody you wrestle knocking you out? Do we need to check you? Do we got to give you a helmet?
If we're breaking it down, you may be the problem. You're the nexus. All puns intended. By the way, all puns intended. John Cena reference.
It's a lot of John Cena folks.
Anyway, going back, Punk and Eddie was the emotional match. It was definitely the match that wasn't. It was all about emotions. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Eddie didn't wait till the bell was perfect. Eddie was like, "Oh, fuck this, fuck a bell. I'm gonna throw hands anyway."
I like that. I like that, but I felt like that match. All right, I'm gonna give it to you straight. Eddie Kingston, authentic wise, like when he's just coming off the cuff, amazing. He sold that match to me, like you said late last week, in 2 weeks. To me, that was the match I wanted to watch because it was personal. I like that personal shit.
I'm with you.
But in the match, it's almost like he's forcing it. When like even when he did on Dynamite, when he cut the promo with the other guys, the fucking young dudes that fought Punk or whatever fuck. That was
Stark.
No.
That's name? No, the other guy. Shit.
TPM 2.0.
Oh, 2.0.
2.0. Yeah, 2.0. When he did that shit with them.
Talking about that one dude. I forgot his name. What's his name? Danny
Garcia.
Him, Garcia.
Yes.
That's the one.
When he did that shit with them, I was like, this feels forced. So it's not, but like he's hit or miss with me. The match with Punk, all the things that Punk was doing, I liked because it was like, all right, now here goes Punk letting loose. Like he's actually letting loose, and like we're seeing the shit that we wanted to see when he debuted.
But so they cut that promo on Wednesday, right? But I would love to see Eddie Kingston versus Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia, like he does like he's like an amateur wrestler, and he's done stuff in the indies where he's like showing his ability to wrestle, but he's a brawler too. He's just like Eddie Kingston. So if you take the gloves off, these two guys are gonna go at it. That's gonna make a really good storyline, even though Danny Garcia can't really cut a promo. That's like the only thing that's gonna like hurt him in this storyline.
I mean, luckily for Danny, which is a good thing for Danny, which by the way, he's a great talent. I've seen some of his stuff like online. Talent. You're in the back with some of the best promo guys in the world, between Eddie and Punk by themselves, not even MJF or anybody else like that. Just them two guys are like, yo, listen, can I pick your brains? Can you help me out?
Yeah.
Because if that environment is the way I feel it is, and I've been reading about it is, then I'd talk to Matt Hardy for an hour about a promo.
Yeah. And
why not?
The thing is, like, when you're cutting a promo with Eddie Kingston, this ain't no make-believe shit. Where Eddie Kingston's straight out, I don't like you, and I want to fuck you up. That's when you turn around into some, like a street dude with Eddie Kingston would have awesome promos. Because they'd be like, yo, I don't like you, I'm going to fuck you up. You ain't going to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be the conversation that they have.
I would love for Santana to have, like, his own thing, and him and Eddie would have that. Because Santana comes off like one of those dudes like, yo, listen, yo, my man, you from Yonkers? I'm from the Bronx, son. Right there.
Yep.
You got me. I'm sold.
Yep.
I'm sold. I'm already like, yo, come back to Authorized Stadium and handle that business, brother. Let's see that in front of all of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love to, just because you know what it is, following Santana online and then knowing how he feels about it, because he still lives in the Bronx, by the way.
Mm-hmm. He lives right on Grand Concourse.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, you see what I'm saying? So knowing how he feels about where he's from and how Eddie feels about where he's from, I'm a man. You think about that, the promos between them and them just saying what they feel about each other. You know what I mean? Like, I looked up to you, son, but right now you're looking unfamiliar. Once I hear you looking unfamiliar, I'm going to go, you've lost everybody on the West Coast. And you got everybody in New York like, oh, he said unfamiliar. It's about to be on. So that's one of those things. Like, I would love to see Santana and him have something going on. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because it would be authentically as New York as possible. Because they're both as hood as it gets. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and that to me, that's awesome. Like, if you had, two people just talking shit at each other, like the hood talks some more shit. You know what I'm saying? We grew up talking shit about each other. Like, yo, I love this nigga, but why you talking so much shit? That's how I show my love.
I remember. Here's a fun story, right? Getting off of this, right? So we all went to a bar, right? And one of our friends bought somebody, right? Like, we didn't know the dude, but we got cool with the dude because we try to include everybody. You know how it is with people. It's like, so the dude all of a sudden at one point, he's like, we're talking shit about each other, and he goes like off the cuff and goes left. And my boy goes, my man, you don't know that man like that. I understand somebody bought, but you don't know that man like that, bro. Watch your mouth, son. You ain't part of this. You're cool right now. But you sound a little like it's a little offensive, bro. And he was like, well, I thought we're, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, bro, if you just stop talking right now, you're good. You ever heard of just not talking?
Yep.
I go, no, I'm telling you because I'm part of this. And you're coming in, you know what I mean? Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can at any point, I'll get at Krills. But the moment somebody comes out of the left, I'll be like, yo, you're out of pocket, son. You don't know the man like I do.
Yeah.
I've earned this right. You need to stop right now. So that's exactly it. You know what I mean? And I feel like between them two, because, we know the stories behind both the guys, it would be dope to see that interaction. Mm-hmm. And I want to see that somewhere down the line. Like, I don't want Pride and Power 4 to have a falling out, but I want them to mutually decide, let's try some individual stuff. That's what I want. I hate when tag teams break up upset. I love to see them go, you know what, bro? I want the TNT title. Say Ortiz says that. He goes, Santana goes, I want to go for the bigger title. Fuck it, my man.
Yeah.
And then if you need me, brother, I got you. If I need you, we're good. We're family. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I would love to see Eddie and him. That's like I got a lot of fantasy booking up here for AEW, and that's one of them that I really would love to see.
Oh yeah, I hear you. We
should do that. We should do that.
Yeah, I was about to say we should do that one week. But I
would love to hear some of Kenny stuff on it too, like the fantasy booking for AEW, like how he would like you can like remember we crafted CM Punk's and Daniel Bryan's first year.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do that for like new rivalries. And
I was completely wrong for both of them.
What?
I was completely wrong on my how you do the first year of Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. Apparently.
Well, I told you, I just want to keep them apart.
No, yeah,
and then eventually they meet. But right now, they kind of like I'm pretty close with mine.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm close with mine. And it's funny, and the Garcia thing didn't really happen. And I would love to see a rivalry between Garcia and Bryan. That was like a selling point for me. But I feel like it still happened.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, like if because he's not going to be Hangman for the title. We know this.
He's I don't.
But after that, I feel like he's like now I feel like since I didn't do that, I got to take my frustrations on some young talent, like he's doing with the Dark Order.
Yeah.
Hence Garcia.
I mean Garcia, he's been just fucking challenging motherfuckers left and right. Like he didn't even need to go after Garcia. Garcia fired him.
I respect that. I love that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a great attitude. Yeah.
So going on to we already spoke the women's titles match. You said we all felt it was a little bit too long. I don't think it was too long. I think it was too slow. Like I think if they sped that up and compressed it to like maybe 2/3 of the time, that match would have been awesome.
But then again, you said it again. If they would have compressed it, that means it was still too long.
No, I hear you, but like I felt like they were more concerned about filling out the time than actually having the wrestling match.
Understood. Yes.
You know,
yes, I can see that. I absolutely did.
So it was one of those. If you just gave them enough time and let them go home whenever they felt like it, that match would have been a little shorter. Not necessarily meaning it had to be shorter. It was just like that flow wouldn't have been so awkward and slow.
Yeah, I felt like it had a very choppy flow to it.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of like, not necessarily botchy spots or bad spots, but it was like something about it wasn't consistent.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know, and what are we missing? The title match, right?
Kenny and Hangman.
Kenny. Fan of the whole thing. You know what I mean? I like, you know, I usually am not a fan of, I really don't like interference unless it makes sense. But luckily, there really wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't understand the whole thing with the Young Bucks letting him do his thing.
I feel like the Young Bucks are just like, yo, listen, man. Hey, man, you've had a whole year to do this shit, bro. So this is your time, you know? You know what I'm saying? And if you saw Dynamite, when he cut his promo, when Kenny cut his promo, he was digging at the Bucks.
No, shit is my man. My man.
No, I see shades.
Yeah.
Show's here for the last 10 minutes of the program.
I came in because I don't think I was gonna make it home in time, so I at least wanted to say hi.
I hear you, brother.
What's up with y'all guys? What y'all up to?
We're talking about Full Gear right now. The Turnbuckle Tavern came on. Yo, we had one hell of a show with them. That was dope.
Fun, yeah.
They definitely have to come on when there isn't as much technical difficulties. You know,
what happened?
The audio was, I don't know if it was Ninja messing it up for them or they set it up wrong. It can be tricky.
Oh.
You know, with Ninja, but Chad had feedback coming from his mic and we heard him double, but when he left and came back, he fixed it. But when Sheed, when he came in, I don't think he was able to fix it. So
it's Sneed.
He said his internet was fucking up the whole day.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was struggling to like keep it consistent. Yeah. But it was fun. They definitely have our vibe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of F-bombs and all that. Yeah, we can definitely roll. And Chad agreed with us perfectly with the state of WWE product.
Oh yeah,
it's horrible at this point. Not for nothing. Like I grew up watching WWF, moved on to WWE, took time off from it, came back through the whole Daniel Bryan era of WWE, and now I feel like I'm about to take another break again.
It almost feels like that. I honestly watch Dynamite and go, fuck. We should be doing a Dynamite watch along and not a Raw watch along.
You know what? If you want to switch to Wednesdays, by all means, let me know. We can switch to a Wednesday. It actually will work out better for me on those days anyway. And it's only 2 hours rather than 3 hours of us just looking at each other.
True.
Even though I don't mind looking at you. It's okay.
I don't mind looking at you neither.
You know, I know I'm a handsome guy.
This is very true.
Thank you.
Very true, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Show
everybody likes looking at show when you show up.
You know.
That didn't make it weird. That didn't make it weird.
But I'm.
I mean, if you guys review, if you watch the watch along, I will watch intently because I know you guys are gonna enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Because to see you guys suffer. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's one hilarious, but two fucked up. Because I know you guys love wrestling, and I don't want you guys to watch shitty wrestling. It sucks.
But here's the thing, though. Then what happens to the movie?
Yeah,
that's right. We have the movie one. That's right.
Yeah, you have the movie ones at 9.
That's tough. Yeah.
Unless you push it to 10.
Movie, we off next week.
He's happy. You off every week.
Yeah, that's true.
I see shades and teeth.
That's it. That's all I saw. But I mean, unless you move it to 10 o'clock.
Yo, I got a test. I can't get on the night, man.
Because that's the time everybody shows up anyways at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean, mostly.
Well, mostly show.
Pro Wrestling Podcast said do the movies on Monday. Well, I would have to check, you know,
movie
to see what's going on. Yeah.
That would be interesting. I mean, it rhymes, most of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem for me.
I gotta see how everybody's schedule works for that one.
Yeah.
Yo, show.
Where are you?
Bro,
You said you got a Tesla?
I'm on my way home. I'm by.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a Tesla. If I turn on the light, I'm not gonna have battery to get home.
What?
Yo, doesn't it use a separate battery for shit like that?
Yeah, I broke up.
Doesn't it use a separate battery?
No. Nah, you deduct from the regular battery the more shit you use. You use the heater, you use the fucking lights. I wish it was a separate battery.
What kind of car do you have?
He has a Tesla.
You have a Tesla and it does all that and the battery is shit? You better get a Honda.
Nah, it's completely electric. So I need the battery to actually move.
Oh.
My battery goes dead. I ain't going nowhere.
Jesus Christ. Better get a AA.
Hey, I don't pay no gas though. Got him. Damn, the AA from the Chinos, the guy in the fucking in the train station. I won't make it nowhere.
Hey, fuck it.
Yo, Lay's face is just so priceless. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about right now, man?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yo, right now, what in the blue fuck are you talking about, son?
I have no idea, but hey, man, more power to you, show. Yo, enjoy that shit. Let me know how that rides, because everybody I know wants a fucking Tesla.
My kids will see that. Oh, look, he got a Tesla. He got money.
Perfect.
I heard. But
this shit is worth the same as a BMW.
I can't afford a BMW.
Matter of fact, so your car is probably worth the same as
No, it's not. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not.
The new cars nowadays, everything is 40,000.
Nah, but all right, yo. Since we got you here, show. Let's go back to wrestling. Did you watch Full Gear?
Nah, brother. Remember I told you that I wasn't able to watch it, and I can't find it nowhere.
All right. You plan on watching Survivor Series?
I'll send you the link. Show so you can watch it.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you. Yo, I feel like I'm a little delayed because I see you waiting.
I feel it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. What's your predictions for Survivor Series? I mean, it would be
trash.
Yeah, usually I say pain, but yeah, that's true.
I mean, that sounded really personal.
Yo,
it did. It is.
Yo, I heard trash.
In my mind, listen,
that sounded mad personal.
I'm not even gonna lie. When you guys told me that these people just got released right now, was on my phone thinking to myself, yo, who can I sell my ticket to?
Yo, show they released 8 more people in WWE.
He's on mute.
Yeah, you're muted, show. But yo, Kenny, are you in like the other part of the country?
In case y'all hear
what are you talking about?
Yo, it looked like there's sunlight on you, bro.
No. It's the light from the desk.
Oh, I was about to say, yo, bro, like you leaned forward. Kenny. I was like, yo, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. My man sees the sunset over here and shit.
Nah, so I could get some type of light. If I don't move, if there's no movement, the lights shut off.
Oh, motion sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Got it.
That's dope, though.
I feel like. By the way, show got to tell you something, bro. Not related to this. I had somebody for the first time watch the podcast. Right, they happen to watch us watching you watch the movie. They don't believe you're a real person.
No, I got something to say about that too.
My boy's like, yo, he can't be real. I'm not lying to you, brother. He like, yo, he like Jilly goes, yo, is he real? And I was like, yeah, show, yeah, man. Yo, we have all the podcasts. And he goes, no. Is he reading a script or is that's how he is? I go, no, that's you.
That's exactly how show is. I can contest to that.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I spent 10 minutes like, yo, that's no, dude, we don't have scripts, bro. If you see the way I talk,
you know,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I should I don't know if I should thank you guys or like curse you guys out, but you guys said something yesterday and it made me go and do like a search, right? And I don't know if when I tell you guys what I did, you guys are gonna laugh.
Yeah.
So I forgot who was it. I think it was Lay that said, I don't know if it was Cap or Lay that said it, but there's actual streams of people sleeping. Like people are watching other people sleep.
Krills.
Okay, so Krill said that. Okay, so I'm like, what? So I literally just I paused the video because I ended up watching the episode when you guys were already off the air. So I went and I typed it in and I was like, sleeping streams? Yo, oh my God. Yo, I laughed my ass off. So this guy like streamed himself sleeping and people could wake him up, but you had to donate money and little things will go off in his house. He had music playing. Yep. There was one time I think somebody donated like $20 and it sounded like the FBI was like banging on his door and he had speakers around his bed connected to these different devices and they were on like super loud. Yo, that shit was so funny. I sat here for 2 hours watching that shit.
Wow. I'm about to do that shit, man. Yo, damn, show just done to fuck it. I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Word.
Well, we ain't got a few more minutes anyway.
Everybody has a fetish, brother. Everybody's fetish, but I feel like I really, you know what's funny? I got a lot to say about these Survivor Series, but I just want to get the predictions out. And I'll snippet my stuff because
yo, Lay, to be honest with you, the predictions don't fucking matter because it's
they're all gonna be gone next week anyway.
It's stupid matches anyway, and we know Roman's not fucking. No titles are on the line, so the predictions of these shits mean nothing. Get ahead, Lay. You got the floor.
Oh wait, I don't know other matches, but the women's match. Soul Survivor would probably be Bianca because they like to do the up and down with her of their match. She should be the Soul Survivor. For the men's, Bobby Lashley. Fuck it, I'm just gonna pick something out of my ass. Out of the air, it doesn't matter. Damian Priest wins because nobody respects the IC title. I feel the Usos win because why not? They're part of the bloodline. They pick and choose when they want to put them up or down.
Yep.
I mean, even if they lose, they're still going to be good. But what am I missing?
Roman and Big E.
Yeah.
That's it.
The Roman and then Becky and Charlotte.
Becky and Charlotte. DQ.
Yeah,
it's the same
DQ.
thing I said.
It's gonna be a double DQ roll up.
Double DQ. Ridiculous. But I feel. The Roman and Big E could be a Brock thing, but ultimately it'll be the Usos in the New Day, or at least because I know Kofi's out with like a knee injury or something. Like that.
He's taking time off, so they wrote him off TV.
Yeah, so it'll be sometime interfere and then maybe Brock, but I feel it. My heart of hearts says Big E gets over, but my brain and logic goes Roman wins.
You do know that if Brock Lesnar interferes in the match with Roman, this will be the second year in a row Survivor Series that Roman didn't lose a match by pinfall and it was by disqualification.
Yeah, of course.
That's crazy.
I'm about to end my relationship with WWE.
Yo, listen, man. We've been abused for way too long.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Listen. I told this when we first started this. This is an abusive relationship, mostly Raw, and it's unfair.
It's becoming SmackDown also. because it seems like if it's not Roman Reigns,
it was cool for a minute.
There's nothing on SmackDown.
Kind of starting to get raw-ish, and I was like, now it's starting to like backhand us now.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, side note, did you guys see the guy from the Jets beat his wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
Shit, I thought it was a movie.
Yeah.
Like he threw it to the TV. I was like,
I was talking to LaFlaca about that today.
You don't deserve under the jail. You need a bullet through. The Punisher needs to come see him.
Yo,
you see what Daniel Bryan does when he grabs you by the two hands and he just stomps your face and your neck.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do to him.
Cleats.
You know what's crazy? I was sitting there like, yo, what did she do that this man had to destroy his TV? Because like in all honesty, it's like throw it through the wall. Don't throw it through your TV. You need the TV. You don't need the fucking wall. That's not a load-bearing wall. You know what I'm saying? Like the only acceptable way to break your TV is if he picked up the TV and threw that shit at her. You don't fucking you wasn't raised with no fucking manners. You know how much TVs cost? That was probably a good TV too.
With all due respect, he is a football player. He probably has a nice contract, but
well, no, so from what I understand, he's done already. Like he's not an active player.
Oh no, he's retired, but the man deserves the worst kind of assault in life.
Hey,
listen, man. I don't think I've ever had a woman say something to me that I want to put her through my fucking TV.
Hey, you don't put nobody through the TV unless it's like personal.
First of all, I got this shit on a Black Friday sale, right? And I'm still not putting anybody through this fucking TV. Black Friday's coming up, and I'm still not doing that shit.
No, yeah.
It's not. No, you don't do that, bro. I don't care. Unless you're trying to murder me. No, I'm not doing it. Unless you're trying to murder me.
I'm about to get out of here.
I mean, I'm sorry for the side.
No, it's all good.
But fuck Survivor Series.
Yeah.
At least we got Frank's the Friendsgiving coming up. Friendsgiving. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. So everybody so far said they're down. Gigi said she's working that day, so
okay.
Yeah,
so
I don't know if Pro Wrestling Podcast. Are we doing it on this or what?
I don't know.
We could do it on this if you want. Yeah, like I don't mind. I don't mind.
So what time?
Whatever's better for. I don't know. I guess 7.
I'm off the whole day, so you know.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah. So 7, 8, whichever one's better for you guys.
7 is fine, so we don't have to be on long. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like stay on for like an hour.
Yeah.
And just like
we can mock bong and talk shit about wrestling and all kinds of cool shit in movies too.
Your grievance. Pro Wrestling Podcast. I think he's on here, so his time is different because he's in Chicago, so it's 6 for him.
Oh,
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
but
he jumps on.
He's down. He said he was down to come on. Hopefully, he has the time because I know he was working late when he was on our podcast.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So.
But that luckily that was a weekday, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah. We'll definitely.
And it's funny, I finally got my KFC order correct. I looked at the stuff and I was like, I know what I'm getting.
Nice.
It's gonna be a whole lot of crunching on this side.
Hey,
extra crispy, baby.
I hear that.
I haven't had fried chicken in so long, so it's gonna be worth it. I want to make it worth it.
Word. I'm gonna try to make a fucking overlay. Not too complicated because we're gonna have like fucking 10 people here anyway. So I'll just probably do something like how you got it, where it's just the border and just let the fucking rest of the screen go.
Hey man, it's gonna be a lot of fun and shit talking. We could talk about the Spider-Man trailer whenever we get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
If you want.
To.
Kenny, did you see the Eternals?
No, I haven't seen the.
No. You didn't see the Eternals?
No.
You're a lucky man. Don't do it.
Jesus Christ, is that bad?
It's not that bad, Kenny.
It is.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it later.
Don't let anybody fool you. Are you a comic guy? Are you a comic book fan?
A little bit, yeah. Depending on the
hero, the comic,
the series.
You know what? Now that I think about it, not a lot of people really know about it. So yeah, give it a watch. It'll be entertaining.
Yo, real quick, just for the court, the final minute of the thing, real quick. In all of our opinions, is Survivor Series still considered the top 4 pay-per-view?
Not this year, no.
Absolutely not. Especially not this year, no.
All right, yeah, it's becoming one of the mediocre pay-per-views.
Yeah, because it's not being. First of all, it's not being it's only one actual Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
Now, like it's 1 or 2. Back in the days, you used to have like it was literally about 4 or 5 of those matches, and then maybe an IC title and the heavyweight title gets defended, maybe.
Yeah.
But now it's like brand supremacy.
It's bragging rights.
Mm-hmm.
But it's stupid because
when it was a cup,
yeah,
that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Yo, if you think
what happened to the cup?
They shoved it up somebody's ass. If you think about it, Survivor Series is awesome to continue storylines without having any repercussion for champions. Because imagine Roman Reigns in the Bloodline going up against the New Day. What? The Hurt Business going up against whatever fucking team, the Street Profits.
That's what we were gonna get.
What? But nope. You make all these fractions to do nothing with them. And also, I want to throw it out there. Final note: Tegan Nox is the first ever 3-time #1 contender for the women's tag team titles. Never got a shot and got released.
Yep.
So on that one, step 10, go fuck yourself. It's bragging rights, but it's stupid. That's quote of the night.
Here's a fun fact, right? So you have the Bloodline versus the New Day, right? Which should have happened. So what do? You don't have to make it a traditional 5-man, right? You grab for New Day, you grab one guy from the Street Profit. We know who that guy is.
Yep.
And then for the Bloodline, you bring up Sequoia.
Mm-hmm.
He is blood. Makes sense. He's there for one night. He could be the first elimination. It doesn't matter, but it makes sense because it's still Bloodline.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
I literally just wrote you an awesome Survivor Series where the title has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
How dare I do some stupid shit like that?
Word. And and on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads with DaCallUp. Kenny, my man, appreciate you being here. Turnbuckle Tavern, appreciate y'all being here. Show, he was here for 5 minutes. Everybody in the chat, Pro Wrestling Podcast, appreciate you participating. Everybody else that showed up, Kenny can't see you, but I can see y'all. Y'all have a good night. It's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Jesus Christ! Now I gotta make a video about the releases.
Yeah,
man. I thought you knew about that.
I didn't know about that until now.
You know what's funny? When I don't see that because I got you on the alert thing, like when you post something.
Yeah.
Because you're like between you and the Pro Wrestling Podcast, those are my alerts. Like I know when shit is happening because you used to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, I didn't see it. I was like, so Kenny doesn't know.
No, I didn't.
Because I know when shit drops, I'm like, oh shit.
So
you know what I'm saying?
What's crazy about it is, so like when you guys were talking to me about it, I looked at my phone. I had 10 DM messages, all from Instagram, and people were like, "Yo, did you not see the releases? Like, are you not gonna talk about the releases right now?" So later on, probably because I'm indoors anyways, later today I'll record something and just throw it out there or whatever.
Yeah.